Kansas City. Travis Kelce owning this game.
This is your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan, KFNC FM and AM HD1 and HD2 Kansas City, in Odyssey Sports Station.
Rock and roll, Kansas City. We're here to warm you up. It's cold, but we're going to have some hot takes today, starting with this one. Who wins in a fight, Little Richard or Tiny Tim?
So, we've been discussing that all morning long before the show, and I think that's what the people want to know. I think I originally said Tiny Tim would win the fight because he's a bigger dude, but then I think Little Richard is going to probably take care of business when it's all said and done. Don't you think?
Oh, yeah. I know that I'm hard.
I mean, Little Richard versus Tiny Tim would like...
Tutti frutti.
Are either of those guys still with us? Is no. Tiny Tim's gone, I think, a long time ago, right? And then I think, I don't know about Little Richard, but Little Richard may still be with us, but, I mean, he would be outstanding.
When you think about why we call it Richard of the Week, and then you think of Little Richard.
Yeah.
Tiny Tim's been dead since November 30th, 1996.
So, yeah, we lost Tiny Tim a while ago, okay? What about Little Richard? Did we lose him a long time ago? I don't know that we did. I don't remember Little Richard passing away, but I could be totally wrong
Little
about
Richard
that.
died May 9th, 2020.
Okay, so we lost him right at the kind of the cusp of COVID back in 2020. So, okay, so both of them are gone, so they can fight. So an AI fight between Little Richard and Tiny Tim, who wins, right? And it's going to be Little Richard every day of the week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he had some influence. He was he was doing that same stuff that John Bones Jones was doing before he got in the octagon. John, you ready to fight this guy? Let's go.
I mean, we had him on at the Super Bowl in like 2014, Josh and I did, and he sat down. He was a scary dude,
really?
Man. You're like, oh, man. John Paul Jones sat
Imagine
down.
being that
great
family.
interview. Great.
Imagine being that family.
Yeah.
All right, John Chandler, here's spaghetti. Winner wins the bowl. Good Lord. Who'd you rather get in the octagon high on the cane? John Bones Jones or Lawrence Taylor?
Oh, Lawrence Taylor. Well, I don't know. John.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Both just caned out of their mind and they're getting in the octagon with you. Be like, oh, God, this guy snapped a man's leg in half.
Yeah, he did.
This guy's knocked out 28 people.
Yeah, but I've seen Lawrence Taylor play on that, like in the NFL back in the 80s, and all that stuff was floating around big time back then. And like the 86 Mets and the 86 Giants both win world championships, and neither really did anything after that. And then you find out like all the backstories. There was a Mets thing going around yesterday. I don't know if you saw it. Why the Mets drink so much coffee is because they were all drinking the leaded coffee with the greenies in it. Back in the day, you'd walk into a baseball locker room, there'd be two coffee pots, leaded and unleaded. The unleaded one was coffee. The leaded one had all the greenies in it and all the uppers in it to keep the guys going. The leaded one was empty a lot, right?
What's the one you got here that threw you in a frenzy for a month?
Yeah.
Bob like, can't drink coffee anymore.
It did. It killed me for about 6 months where I wasn't drinking any coffee because God, gut rot.
He had the diesel.
Yeah, it was like pouring like sludge into your cup and stuff. So yeah, but that was it. Like the 80s, man, a wild time. And like if you're in New York City and you're Lawrence Taylor, you're playing for the Giants, and you're winning the Super Bowl, and you're like Keith Hernandez in the 86 Mets, and you're winning a World Series, Darryl Strawberry, Dwight Gooden. Could you imagine being on either one of those teams in the mid 80s in New York? What your life must have been like. I'm surprised they were able to go to their games.
If I was a bat boy for the Mets, I'd have ended up like Drew Barrymore.
Oh,
like in rehab at 9.
Yeah.
Mom, I'm going to Daryl's house. Okay.
Yeah. Doc's going to be there.
Yeah. What was it they did that documentary of, like the 86 Mets World Series or the Miracle Mets?
Yeah.
And Dwight Gooden's like, yeah, after we won, the next thing I know, I saw our team and they were doing the parade.
He wasn't there.
3 days later, he was sitting in his apartment in Manhattan watching the team on the parade. He had just come down off a cocaine bender.
Yeah.
Dwight Gooden.
Yeah.
And then he had the resurgence with the Yankees.
Yes, he did, and came back and cleaned himself up, and so did Darryl Strawberry. Darryl Strawberry right now, I think, is a pastor at a church in St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, that was the last I had heard of Darryl Strawberry. Like, he married a gal from St. Louis, kind of turned his life around and became a pastor at a church and whatnot. So, but man, the 80s were a wild time. So Lawrence Taylor coked up or John Paul Jones in the ring. I think I'm going to take Lawrence Taylor at the end of the day. I just think I'm a little biased with that.
I just knocked myself out and saved myself the pain.
Yeah, beat yourself up.
So
I'm
his
done.
Tiny Tim had that psycho look in his eyes. He might bite Little Richard's ear off.
Yeah, he could. He definitely could do that. Yeah.
Yeah, he definitely looked like Weird Al Yankovic.
Yeah, he did.
Weird
Al
Al became
the same perm. Yeah.
So tonight is a very interesting game. Dallas versus Detroit. It is a banger of a Thursday night game that starts off a slate of really good action in the NFL. Thank you for the way that the season has developed, because I'm sure if you were to look at the schedule ahead of time, you wouldn't have seen all these type of games that make sense. But tonight seems like
Script.
Yeah. Tonight seems like a game that's going to give you a little bit of tease of what Sunday night is going to look like, because both these teams are somewhat playing for a playoff spot, Detroit and Dallas, right? I don't think Dallas's record says who they are. Obviously, we've seen the resurgence of their offense and their defense as well. Detroit kind of fighting for their lives, and they've got, Terrion Arnold, who is out. Amon-Ra St. Brown is questionable.
Boy, looking at that injury, how does he play?
Tenacity, toughness, knowing that it's him, and then they're going to have to look at the other receiving, options they have. Obviously, Jameson Williams should have a big night tonight. I think that's a flex option for you fantasy people trying to make a playoff spot, because if he is the guy that goes tonight, you got to think that Jared Goff will target him. Plus, you'll probably see a lot of running because Dallas gives up running, but it goes back to the point of the game against Houston and Kansas City is kind of similar to this game of Detroit versus Dallas, right? You win, significantly better odds to make the playoffs, significantly worse if you lose for Detroit and Dallas. And the same can go for Houston and Kansas City, because if Kansas City can beat the Houston Texans and the Chargers can lose to Philadelphia on Monday night, which is another one of these games, which we'll find out more information if Herbert will play, you would think that if the Chiefs can win these next two games, you're looking at, 8-6. You've got tiebreakers over Houston. You've got tiebreaker over Indianapolis. You're now setting up as I would think at that point, the 7th seed or maybe the 8th seed, depending on how the standings would go. But you would have a win over the Chargers. You'd have a win over the Texans. I'm getting way ahead of myself, because the main topic is tonight you're watching these two teams in a situation where it's kind of like win or go home.
Yeah, it is.
In Week 14, and that will be the same thing for Sunday for the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh, I agree with you. That's why tonight's exciting. I mean, it is a really good Thursday night football game with Dallas and Detroit. And obviously, we saw both of those teams, on Thanksgiving Day. So they got a full week of rest. There's no one team played on Sunday and the other didn't, or something like that. They all have a full week, of rest, and that mini bye that Binkley likes to talk about all the time. And so that it should be a really good matchup tonight. But I think you're right. We got a lot of elimination games, and the Chiefs are one of them. If the Chiefs lose on Sunday, the season is over. And I think if Detroit loses tonight, I think their season is over. I don't think it's over quite yet for Dallas, because they're kind of in that wanky division, and I don't know what Philadelphia is all about, guys. I mean, we'll talk about it with Ben Maller coming up, but that is a mess out there in Philadelphia. I mean, they're egging the offensive coordinator's house. That just tells you what kind of low-life Eagle fans are. They really are. You're a low-life scumbag if you're egging the house of a football coach, because you don't like the outcome or what's going on out there. So I'm just interested to see how Philadelphia kind of responds, the rest of the way, because for a team that wins, there's a lot of turmoil around that team. And the Dallas Browns, man, they've just kind of been laying low and doing their thing and, making some moves that were like, all right, I guess, and they're finding ways to win games. And so I don't think it's an elimination game for Dallas per se, but I definitely think it's an elimination game for Detroit. I think if Detroit loses today, their season is officially over.
Mac, you like this game tonight with Detroit versus Dallas, or do you think it's just one of these, let's just sit back and, see what happens?
This is going to be awesome. This is great. This starts, I think there's probably 5 or 6, I don't know, win or go home games, but playoff type games that could end your season, win your division, in your division, stuff like that. I mean, you look at the Cowboys schedule, they win tonight. After that, it's the Vikings, the Chargers, the Commanders, the Giants. They could win out after tonight. You look at the Lions schedule after tonight, they've got the Rams.
Yeah.
So, they kind of need to win this game. So, I agree with you, Bob. This is a win-or-go-home type matchup. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, for the Lions, I think. Specifically for the Lions. I think Dallas maybe has a little bit more a maneuver. But the Chiefs and Texans, neither of those teams, I don't think, have much maneuver room at all. The Chiefs have no maneuver room at all. I don't know enough about the Texans and their tiebreakers and their scenarios and all that kind of stuff. But, the Chiefs have no room for error the rest of the way. And that's why, you got to put your best foot forward when you go out there Sunday. Because if you don't go out there Sunday and win, your season is done. And you can start talking about what's going to happen in the offseason and where this organization is going to go and what kind of changes they're going to make. You win, you keep your playoff hopes alive.
I think if you exclude the first game of the season, that first Thursday night game, which was Philadelphia-Dallas, I believe, if you take the first game of the year out because it's kind of an anomaly, it's first game back, I think tonight will probably be the highest viewed Thursday night football game of the season. Obviously, because of where we're at, you tie in everything that is involved with the NFL outside of it, like fantasy or fan base. It's Dallas. Not sure what the number will be, but I do know that 57.1 million people watch Chiefs versus Cowboys, and Binkley has to be stiff.
Oh, how many texts did you get from him yesterday about this? I'm being serious. Did you get texts?
Not one.
Not one?
No.
Okay. I got the message, hey, Chiefs, they're America's team, and he started going through his thing of why they're America's team, and I laugh because it's rinse and repeat sometimes with Jay and the America's team stuff, but he's not wrong. He's 100% right about that. I mean, the NFL got what they wanted, right? They put the Chiefs and the Dallas Cowboys together on Thanksgiving Day to get a number like 57 million, 15 million more than any other NFL regular season game of all time. It blew it out of the water, and my thing is, okay, fine, you finally got your record. Are we done now being the poster child for every, standalone game, every streaming game, every this game, every that game? Are the Chiefs done now? Have we done our duty as an organization to give the NFL record 4 of the top 5 games this year, Chiefs? Are we done being the guinea pig for new stuff, or are we not? Because I did see a story yesterday that said there may be a second game now on Black Friday.
Well, there's definitely going to be a game in Australia next year, and we think that's going to be Chiefs-Rams.
Yep.
That's our hypothetical, right? We think that could possibly be the game that they throw. Why not?
Why
right?
not? Yeah, right.
Could be a Super Bowl preview.
Could be.
If you have hope. You'd have Stafford still coming back maybe from an MVP season. You got to sell that game in a different country for the first time.
Right.
That's a possibility of a play that could happen in Australia. And then next year you got to think that if, you're not playing Dallas, you don't play Detroit, so you're not playing them on Thanksgiving. But you know what? That 7:30 game's wide open.
That's
and
right.
Why not play Denver, Kansas City, the one that started it all?
Right.
When Clark Hunt introduced this new
And
thing.
that'll be a 20-year anniversary of when we had that third Sunday night game. So there you go, Denver, Kansas City, Sunday night or Thursday night. Yeah.
Denver owns the division in 2025. Chiefs have a down year.
Yeah.
Let's do this again. 7:30 Thanksgiving night. See you on Christmas as well.
Yeah, see, Christmas will be on, a Friday next year?
Hell yeah.
Is Christmas on a Friday next year? We'll probably have a Christmas Day game on a Friday and whatnot. But the Australia game is the one that really does kind of concern me a little bit. It's like a 17-hour, 18-hour flight or whatever it is to Australia. When is that game going to take place? If that's not the first game of the year, I just don't see how you're going to make NFL teams literally fly across the globe and play a game and then come back. Oh, we'll give you a bye week and all that nonsense. By the time you get back from the flight, your bye week's over. I mean, so it has to be that first game of the season, I would imagine, if they're going to go down to Australia. This isn't a 6-hour flight to Europe now.
No. But
If your thoughts on Drake May become true about him being the face of the league and taking him, then the Chiefs will stop being the guinea pig. But until someone else takes that throne,
well, what is it going to take that throne though, Mac? Like what? Because
this year.
What if Drake May goes out and wins the Super Bowl
There you
this
go.
year? Does he take in the throne?
absolutely.
Okay.
He's 23. He's AFC. Yeah, absolutely. That's it. They need him to do well though.
Yeah.
and then the whole offseason conversations is Drake May the face of the NFL
For sure.
Oh God, yes. Has he replaced Tom Brady as the greatest of all time? Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's only 6 behind Tom Brady, 5 in New England.
That's right. Yeah, his clock's ticking. He may pass Tom Brady. Oh God, yes. You know what?
Bob Kraft didn't need Bill or Tom.
That's right.
Well, this Tom Brady DNA story too.
Oh,
23
yeah.
years ago, and
Froze
Drake May's
his
23.
DNA in North Carolina.
Oh yeah.
He also-
Excuse me.
Oh, yeah.
I've not seen that they're claiming Drake May is Tom Brady's DNA.
Yes.
Who's claiming this? Can
Well,
we
Tom
get them
Brady-
on the show?
Tom
I'm
Brady,
serious.
he either it was his semen or his blood, froze it in North Carolina 23 years ago. How old is Drake May?
23.
Is this for real that he really did do
this
that?
This is real, apparently.
He also cloned his dog. So what makes you
Wow,
think
that
it
is
would be
true.
fake?
No, that is the AI. Are we being serious? Like, this is a real
This is a story.
Can you please find out who's covering this and get them on the show? I've got a lot of questions
right.
on this one.
Can I do it to myself?
Yeah.
Why have kids when you can just have the same version of yourself over and over again?
I mean, that's insane. I mean, you want to talk about what vain is the word that I will use, right? If Tom Brady really did that, he's the vainest person in the history of the world.
Coming up on the other side, we will play Armchair Dave Merritt here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan.
BetMGM is now available in Missouri. The wait is over, and BetMGM, of course, I said it, is now available in Missouri. Sports fans in Missouri can sign up for BetMGM and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if their first bet loses. Enjoy a betting app that was designed for game day with features like live bets, same-game parlays, and BetMGM reward points. Plus, be on the lookout for surprise boosts dropping in your account all throughout the season. Sign up now for BetMGM and get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets if your first bet loses. BetMGM, it's everything a sportsman could want in one app. BetMGM is now available in Missouri. Sign up today. BetMGM, make it legendary. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 and older only. Missouri only. New customer offer subject to eligibility requirements and minimum deposit of $10. Bonus bets are non-withdrawable and expire in 7 days. Please gamble responsibly.
Would you be impressed by a factory copy of the Mona Lisa? Of course not. So then why are we supposed to be impressed with so-called designer jewelry? This is Gene at House of Diamonds. Big-name designers create one original piece, then manufacture thousands of copies, pricing them like they were all originals. That's not how we do things at House of Diamonds. Each piece of jewelry we create is an original, designed and crafted by hand, just for you. No copies, no mass production in an overseas factory, just one of a kind, like the love of your life. And our clients know they'll never see their design on anyone else. They also know that unlike big-name designers, we'll never use lab diamonds to pad our profits. Why pay for factory-made designer copies when you can own a handcrafted, one-of-a-kind original for the same price with real diamonds and gemstones? House of Diamonds, one-of-a-kind jewelry for your one-of-a-kind love. For over 30 years on the southeast corner of College and Quivira.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens, and that cool weather's moving in, that hot weather's moving out, but keep it hot in the bedroom. And if you're struggling with erectile dysfunction, just remember that ED is nothing more than a medical condition. Studies show that around 50% of men over the age of 50 have some form of the condition, and young men can be affected by ED as well. But what you may not know is that ED stems from a variety of causes, and these often call for differing treatment strategies. And that's what Heartland Men's Health does. Heartland Men's Health treatments work when the pills or the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%. Some treatments can even have you last an hour or more. Heartland Men's Health successfully treating men in the Kansas City area. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, schedule a consult with Heartland Men's Health today. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes a medical consult with a licensed medical provider and a T and PSA test. And if medically advised, a test dose. And if the test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. They have an expert staff, and if you are like a lot of men, you could be having sex the day after your appointment. They have 3 locations to serve you: Overland Park, Kansas; Independence, Missouri, between Blue Springs and Lee Summit; and in North Kansas City. So call my friends at Heartland Men's Health today at 844-447-6600 or visit heartlandmenshealth.com.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, lift with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not
Of course he did, right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part, you can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed.
With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement, 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in and new line, $100 plus a month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we provide no-cost digital resources in place of textbooks and most courses. And that's not all. You'll receive your accredited online education at an affordable tuition with a choice for more than 135 degree and certificate programs. With online and hybrid courses, get everything you need to succeed again. Learn more at umgc.edu, certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 35 southbound from Missouri 152 into downtown is a 12-minute trip. I-70 westbound from 470 into downtown, 15 minutes. Kansas side 70 eastbound from 435 to 670 is an 11-minute drive. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
We're rolling along on a Thursday here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs. They play Sunday night against those Houston Texans. See how this one shapes out. We know that it is an unfortunate circumstance for the offensive line. Especially yesterday when we heard that Max guy, Wanye Morris, will be playing left tackle and Jalen Moore will be playing right tackle.
That makes no sense to me whatsoever. And it made no sense to a lot of people yesterday, including Mitchell Schwartz, who was like, we've seen Wanye Morris at left tackle. It's not good. And Jalen Moore was originally brought in to be your left tackle.
Yeah.
And so I don't understand the thinking of the coaching staff on this one, where you paid a guy in free agency to be your left tackle. Then you got lucky and you drafted Josh Simmons. This guy who you paid to be your left tackle is still here, but you're going to play him potentially on the right side when you've got a guy who's played left tackle that has been bad, and you're going to put him at left tackle. Like, I'm very confused by that. I hope there's a good explanation or something for why that is, going on and why that's happening. Maybe there's an injury to Jalen Moore and he's healthier to play on the right side than the left side. Look, I'm grasping at straws here on this one because on the surface, it just doesn't make sense to make that move on your offensive line. On the surface, it doesn't make sense. That's why I think there's got to be something different out there because, with Andy Reid and this coaching staff, they look at everything. So I'm wondering what the real answer is for why they're doing that when you literally signed Jalen Moore to be your left tackle.
So this comes from How About Those Chiefs? A good follow if you don't follow this guy. He's knowledgeable to the game, has a good podcast on the Chiefs.
Yeah, he did the dirty work on this one.
He did a lot of deep diving here. He says, first, obviously it's only Wednesday, but the O-line potentially being without Juwan and Trey on the right side is not good. Simmons on IR with Jalen Moore presumably filling in on the left side leaves Caliendo and I guess Wanye on the right. But then again, all of a sudden, requote, never mind. Andy said if Juwan can't go, Jalen Moore would most likely be right tackle and Wanye Morris would be left tackle. So Jalen Moore kind of in the swing and the balance of is, Juwan Taylor going to play. Obviously, Juwan Taylor plays, Jalen Moore plays left tackle, and so on and so forth. But he says, I'm very curious to know why the team wants Jalen Moore at right tackle rather than on the left side. NFL career, he's got the college career as well, but NFL career, Wanye Morris, 1,041 snaps at left tackle, 86 snaps at right tackle. Moore, 1,042 snaps at left tackle, 96 snaps at right tackle, 34 last week.
Yeah.
So, again, I would assume
I
that
think the college snaps is really what paints the picture, though.
Yeah,
because they play the
2,000.
same amount of snaps in the NFL at each position. But you look at the college, Wanye 900 at left and 600 at right. Jalen Moore, over 2,000 snaps at left tackle in college and only six snaps at the right. He was a left tackle for the majority of his career.
But I think also, too, what really does stand out, and I guarantee you this is why they did the 34 snaps last week at right tackle. They feel like Jalen Moore is their guy right now at right tackle, and they don't want to upset that. But I would upset that because I don't like Wanye Morris. He has not shown me. And neither does Mahomes. I mean, he was the guy who broke Patrick Mahomes last year, right? Was it the Raider game or whatever it was where Wanye Morris couldn't get the job done? And then, Patrick Mahomes kind of lost his mind. And so because of that, I would absolutely put Jalen Moore on the left side and Wanye Morris on the right side. Either way here, we're talking about your third and fourth tackle now, and that's not a recipe for success against a defensive line like the Houston Texans are going to be out there. And so that's why, to me, this is not really an offensive line, defensive line game. This is an Andy Reid game. What are you going to do to put your players in position to be successful? That's what I look at as a head coach. That's your number one job, is to put your people in position to be successful, okay? You've got number 3 and number 4 out there on your offensive line playing your tackle position. as the head football coach, what are you going to do to make sure they are put in position to be successful and your quarterback is put in position to be successful? So this week, to me, the game plan, I mean, when you look at it, Andy Reid has got to realize he's got, two guys out there that should not be playing, but they are because of injury, and they're playing against one of the best defensive lines out there. The matchup doesn't spell great things for Kansas City. So what is Andy Reid going to do? He's an offensive mind, man. He got great plays. You've got to develop an offense this week that is not going to expose your tackles, and you've got to develop an offense this week that's going to put those guys in position to be successful.
Yeah, you know your parameters. Like, you're entering the kitchen knowing your ingredients. You need to still make that cake. Like, you've got to do it. You've had time to prepare. You've got the mini bye. You've got 3 tight ends that are solid. Bring them in. You've got hefty running backs. Like, use them. The Chiefs have one standard drop back from under center all season. That means drop back under center. Mahomes just takes a 3-step and passes it. Doesn't do a play action. They have one snap like that all season, showing that when they go under center, which would be great in a situation like this, versus a D-line that wants to headhunt and wants to get fast and get downhill, you want to go under center, kind of nullify a lot of their momentum and just kind of get past them with a Kareem Hunt or with a Pacheco, maybe a Dameon Pierce.
Yeah.
They aren't able to do that. They did it 4 times in the game, 5 times in a game. In one drive against the Cowboys, they had 43 yards on runs on 5 carries under center. If they went play action, if they started passing under center, defenses wouldn't know what to expect. They have one snap under center that's a pass that's not play action all season. It's just not in their playbook. And that's on Andy Reid.
Well,
You've got
it
to
should
adjust
be in their
right
playbook,
now.
though. It has to be. Stuff like that has to be in your playbook because you've been found out. I mean, it's like the emperor with no clothes. Everybody knows what you're going to do. You've been exposed. What are you going to do to change all of that up? And if you continue to do the same thing over and over and over again, that's what they say the definition of insanity is, doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. And so you've got to change things up. We can't continue to be that offense this week against the Houston Texans. I don't care how bad their offense is. If our offense can't get out of its own way and you're not putting in the proper plays to give your guys the opportunity to succeed, doesn't matter what your defense is going to do against the Houston Texans.
Because you would think that running under center would be the way to go against the Texans defensive line.
100%.
Right.
The way to attack it.
Because RPO, they're just going to go after Mahomes and dare him to hand the ball off.
Well, because they know he's not.
Right. And not only that, they're already 5 yards behind the ball, advantage Texans.
Right.
Right. If you run under center, yeah, they might get you a couple times right away, but again, that keeps Will Anderson on the outside, doesn't let him. And if they're going to do that, they're going to stunt, and then that's where you get your play action play in there, and that's where maybe Andy Reid can go back to the Jamal Charles playbook and, God forbid, he run a screenplay.
Screen pass, exactly.
You got to do that stuff. You have to. You have to keep they always talk about run past your defensive ends, and when they got 2 good defensive ends that are coming up the field, run past them, right? Run past them and let them go upfield, and you go the other way. That's how you kind of neutralize all of that. I don't know if they're capable of doing that. I have not seen an offense that's capable of doing anything other than run RPOs in a shotgun, and that's boring right now, and it's not working, and it's not good, and because you can't trust the quarterback to do the R part. All he's doing is the P part, and so when you have an RPO, you essentially just have a P, and everybody knows it, and you watch the defense go back, and you're not giving yourself a chance, and so that's why you have to mix things up a little bit, because, again, I can't continue to hear these guys say, we do these RPOs, we have the runs in there. Your quarterback ignores the R part, so you can't call an RPO and expect your quarterback to do it because he's shown you he ignores the R, he only does the P, so you've got to call the runs under center to get that kind of stuff going to make sure your quarterback knows there's no option in this one.
There was the bad news yesterday that we saw coming after the game on Thursday, which was Josh Simmons placed on IR. Tough year, right? Obviously, going to be out at least 4 games, so going to miss the next 4 no matter what. Hopefully, if you do get into the playoffs, he's ready to go by then. Put a giant Glarb cast on his right hand or whatever the wrist. I think it's the right wrist that's broke, right, or fractured. But, Matt claims to think that, you got to have him in there because this is one of the pieces that you needed. Mahomes hasn't really had that left tackle for protection. We've seen what happens when that goes away. Like Mahomes can kind of get a little happy, a little frantic in that PTSD Super Bowl moment against the Bucs. Mac, you don't think the Chiefs win a Super Bowl if Josh Simmons doesn't play?
Yeah, I do. I don't think they do anything of worth without Josh Simmons. The way this team is structured, the way they've played this season, he's a top 5 player on this team already.
Yeah,
as a rookie.
easy. Yeah.
He's a top 3 tackle in the game already at this level. That's the one positive of this Chiefs season is that they got their tackle for the next 20 years. Mahomes will never have to play behind another left tackle for the next 10 or 15. That's the big positive. And so when I say this, a lot of Chiefs fans go, really? Wow, it's over just like that? I think it's a positive. I think you should look at that and go, wow, okay, so one of the most important positions in football, some would say the second, It really is that important to the Chiefs then, because without him, they can't win. And that should be that way with that position. The Chiefs got their guy. And so the defense now, if I'm looking at this team for what they need to do, the defense now needs at least one addition like a Josh Simmons for next year, else this team isn't doing anything next season either.
Well, yeah, the defense needs a whole total reboot and total revamp, I think, right now, as we're kind of watching this thing kind of take its shape and do its thing. The whole defensive line can take a walk at this offseason, and I've said that before. So you need, you get your Josh Simmons
defensive end.
Yeah, I know, but you get your Josh Simmons maybe in this draft on the defensive side of the ball along that defensive line. But Josh Simmons is so good, they're calling penalties on him because he's so good. Like that penalty against Dallas. That tells you how good he is. There was no penalty on that play. He just manhandled that dude and threw him to the ground, and the refs were like, I've never seen that before. Flag. You can't call games like that. Josh Simmons has been outstanding, for this team, and it's sad that he hasn't gotten the opportunity to play this whole season, but the opportunities that he has gotten to play, you can see this guy is something special, man. He is something really, really, really special for this organization.
So I just want to be devil's advocate. You guys talk about being a special player, being one of the best players in this team. Do you trust him to be here for the long term?
No, that's a good question, Dusty. Yeah. I mean, he's got some stuff, that he's dealing with, obviously, and he's got the injury now. And so, the best ability, they always say in the NFL, is availability. And I hope when next year starts, we're not having any kind of availability questions that we're talking about with Josh Simmons.
Yeah, I'm not going to let that worry me. One season, personal stuff. Do what you got to do, man. That's what matters. And get back and work hard next year. And I know he will. He'll be great. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not worried about it yet. But a blue chip player has to be added on the defense. Yeah. Has to be. At least one.
Defensive end.
I would love that.
Yeah.
A linebacker. Harder to do.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's, we're seeing now in the NFL being the copycat league that it is, defensive line.
Yep.
It seems like every team has got a defensive line that's murderer's row. It really does. Like even the Giants at 2-11, you look at that defensive line, you go, oh my God, that defensive line's really good. You look at the Chiefs defensive line and you go, I've never heard of these people.
Mm-hmm. Even the Titans have some pass rushers. Other than Jeffrey, they're like, wow, okay, these guys are good.
I mean, the Chiefs legitimately, and this is a Spags thing as well, like we're all down on Spags this year, but he's got 4 players on the front that just can't do their job. And so this goes back to Derek Johnson saying, I tried to do everybody else's job at times, and then I lost my footing on the field. Well, Spags is trying to do the job for the defensive line by blitzing everybody else, and by blitzing everybody else, everybody knows what's coming. It's easy to handle. These guys on the defensive line are useless. Get to the quarterback, guys. Like a 4-man rush. Honest to God, I don't believe they've gotten home one time this year with a 4-man rush. I think I heard that stat. Every time they rush 4, they don't get home. And so that has to change. I mean, we can't have that going forward. The defensive line has to start getting home with 4 because now you're limiting what they can do on defense. And so bad defensive line play equals everybody mad at Spags,
Those are his soldiers, though. It worked, last year, worked the year before that, and then obviously, no doubt. I'm not doubting that at all. We'll get more into the Chiefs a little bit later on. Yesterday was the press conference that we had yesterday that we talked about yesterday because that news started to break about Kleinman being out, going to retire as K-State's head coach, and then it kind of got a little murky yesterday at the press conferences. Their AD's like, well, I haven't even talked to Colin Klein yet. I don't even know if I have his number. I think it was a quote. It's like, okay, well, that's good PR. But it's sometimes it does work this way. The obvious hire is the hire. Now, there have been examples where that doesn't work.
Sure.
Right? For sure that's happened. We talked Scott Frost at Nebraska. That's a bad example.
Yeah.
But, and again, there are different,
he sucks.
Not good. It wasn't good. Went and got Matt Rule, changed the whole type, whole vibe, kind of. And I think that when you look at how it works, there are obviously like cross parallels in different sports. You look at maybe, I don't know, you look at what was the guy that was the catcher that ended up being the Cubs manager and they won the World Series? Ross.
Oh yeah, David Ross.
That word. Yeah. He had some.
But then they fired him, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So and brought in counsel.
Yeah.
And I think that there's that was a home run hire for them because it was a home guy, was a big influence on their world. Whatever it was.
That was a good hire.
And then you look at Mike Vrabel in New England, right? Ties to New England. He didn't go well in Tennessee. Now he's back with New England. You're seeing how the culture, the vibe has changed back to like what you would consider like the New England way, right? Patino works, it seems. Every time he gets a scandal, gets fired, goes back. Now he's in St. John, and it's like they were,
it works,
big team last year. And Colin Klein is now going to be that guy that we can go ahead and assume that's going to happen as Kleinman is going to be retiring and Colin Klein's going to move in. This is either product of the sport, this is modern times, or this is, hey, listen to the people. Because what we could all assume, and this is just my assumption, was that Colin Klein was going to be a highly sought-after coach because we're seeing these guys get hired that maybe not a lot of, like we see the wide receivers, offensive coordinator coach at Ohio State, getting South Florida job. The resume checks out. The receivers that have come through Ohio State, the development that he has done. Yeah. You can go look at the NFL and look at everybody. JSN, Chris Olave.
He's got the whole league right. And he played in the NFL, Again, a minor receiver in the NFL turning into one of the better coaches, it seems like.
Look out, Brandon Stokely. And when you think about this and you think about Colin Klein, you think about the Manhattan reception, like, not everybody was like saying that Kleiman was this bad, evil guy, but they were kind of in this like, we're afraid of purgatory and maybe missing out on what could be the home run. Well, asking you shall receive, and that's probably what's going to happen, as we'll find out if Kleiman's going to coach these guys in a bowl game. We're going to find out if Colin Klein's going to be the offensive coordinator for Texas A&M. A lot of, T's and I's not dotted or crossed yet, but we can kind of see the writing on the wall. But in my opinion, what K-State did was very important, not only to the fan base, to the university, to the team, but to the modern time of what coaching is. Because what if, play the what if game, what if Colin Klein gets hired by somebody and he is that guy? And then you have, everybody in Manhattan going, damn it. Dude.
Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. They were burned that one time with Brad Underwood, and I don't blame K-State for being like that. Here's how I envision this whole thing went down, and I'm basing it off of a comment that Gene Taylor, the athletic director, said yesterday, and this comes from our friend John Kurtz. He said, Gene Taylor says the state of college sports is the big reason for Kleiman stepping away. Says if the industry doesn't get fixed, more good people like Kleiman will keep getting pushed away. And that is true. I mean, we've seen all the legends of the sport, both baseball or basketball and football, all go away. The Roy Williams of the world, the Mike Krzyzewskis of the world, the Nick Sabans of the world. All of these coaches are like, I'm out. I'm not dealing with this anymore. And I think that's exactly what happened in Manhattan, Kansas. Now, I'm not saying it happened like this way where it was the decision of the head coach to retire and step away. I don't even believe it was the athletic director's decision to make Chris Kleiman step away. This is a booster decision right now. And I think that's what Gene Taylor's talking about with the state of college sports right now. I guarantee you, once this season kind of started to dissipate, Oklahoma State fired their coach. Colin Klein was linked to Oklahoma State and probably would have gotten the job there had this not started to happen. Then I think that's where the K-State boosters came in. They sat down with Gene Taylor and they said, you're making this change. And that's why Gene Taylor is saying, and this is the state of college sports right now, right? The boosters walked in, they own everything, they run everything, and they said, you're making this change right now. And even though Gene Taylor didn't want to make the change, he had to go to Kleiman and say, the boosters probably want you out. You're paid through 2032. Let's retire. We'll pay you the rest of the way, and you can move on out. And I think that's exactly how this thing went down over at Manhattan. I don't believe Gene Taylor wanted to get rid of him. I don't believe Kleiman wanted to retire. I believe this was a booster-directed thing so they could get Colin Klein, and I understand that. And I do. I 100% understand that because Dusty's right. If they would let him go somewhere else and he had success at Oklahoma State, K-State be kicking themselves in the ass for the next 20 years.
Is there a guy in Tennessee that they would do that with, like, per se, in the last couple of years that maybe, like, isn't a huge figure, but, like, is somewhere on there and they'd be like, hey, Heupel, thanks for the last 4 years where we won at least 7 games every year, played in some bowl games, played in the playoff. Like, you got to go.
T. Martin was a big name for a while. They brought him in as OC a few years ago because obviously won the Natty in 98. Yeah, that didn't work. I don't know. Guys who have, like, obviously, like Jason Witten would be a name that people would love, but, like, he doesn't coach, right? Yeah. Like Peyton Manning, I could name legends, but, yeah, I don't think anyone that's in the coaching circuit. It just makes me wonder, like, makes me ask the question, what is college sports about right now? Because it used to be,
That's it.
And that's it, because it used to be specific. I mean, it was coaching. It was like you have to have the coach to go get the players, to go in the family, hey, shake the hand, look in the eyes. Like, that used to be the thing, and now I don't. Yeah, it's money.
I mean, you've seen all these coaches that have been hired recently. I've never heard of any of these guys who are getting these big-name jobs. Florida used to be a big-name coach all the time. Georgia, big-name coach all the time. LSU, all the time. All these big-time schools, Auburn. And then you're looking around, they're hiring who? They're hiring a wide
Bruce
receiver coach, Bruce Pearl's son.
Like, what a con job that was.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm retiring. The season starts tomorrow. Well, my son's good.
Yeah, that's right, which is great. I love it. Absolutely love it.
Nepotism at its finest.
Absolutely. Hey, man, it's not what you know, it's who you know, okay? That's life. I hate to tell people that, but that is life. And
well, that's the case. Maloney be doing this job.
Well, that's
Look at this Dusty guy. He's been after hours and read reaction. Yeah, Rob Maloney, bring him in. He brings in advertisements.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you bring to the party, right? And so
mushrooms.
I love the fact that stuffed mushrooms.
Yeah, that's right.
I love the fact that Bruce Pearl did turn that over. I think it's brilliant. It's what a father should do, right? You're out there looking for the best interest of your kids. It's a beautiful situation, and so that's how I think it ultimately did go down in Manhattan, Kansas. Like the boosters called the shots on this one, and people forget though too. Chris Kleiman is the second greatest coach in team history. And I saw something yesterday, I think it also was from John Kurtz, who said to the effect of, we needed this guy to come in and show us that we could win without Bill Snyder. And that was the most important part of the Chris Kleiman era, because without Bill Snyder in Manhattan, K-State is useless, right? And every time they tried to do it without Bill Snyder, it didn't work. Bring Bill Snyder back, right? And Bill Snyder got him back to where they were. Unbelievable coach, Bill Snyder. Maybe the most important coach in college sports history for what he was able to do and transform an entire city of Manhattan. But Chris Kleiman is the second best coach in K-State history, won that Big 12 championship, and showed K-State that they can win without Bill Snyder. And that will go down, I think, as the most important part of the Chris Kleiman legacy, to show that they can win with somebody other than Bill Snyder on the sidelines.
I just feel like there's more to come from this story in a few years, where it's going to be like, yeah, they played it up like it was a good deal. And like, because I was hearing, Cody and Gold, and then I listened to Carrington a little bit later on in the day, and they were kind of saying the same thing without saying the same thing, where like you kind of see the writing on the wall. And that's why I texted you guys last night. When did Kleiman know? Before Halloween or before Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
Because they hinted at throughout the shows on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas State Wildcats, that you were seeing emotion.
Yeah.
And it's like, why is this guy this emotional after all these games, like talking about these kids and these guys and this family, and I love it. Then all of a sudden yesterday happens, you're like, okay, now it's starting to make sense. Like, when was that conversation? Like, was it before Halloween where it's like, hey, here's the deal. All the money that backs the university kind of wants this other guy. We're going to have you retire. We'll kind of make something happen, and then we'll see what happens throughout the history. Stat of the day, this comes from a Denver homer, so take care on this. Zach Kleberman, he does a lot of stuff for Denver, the Broncos. J.K. Dobbins has more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley this season. J.K. Dobbins hasn't played since week 10.
Has Saquon Barkley played this year? Is anybody surprised?
Is that not a wild stat?
Stinky.
That's crazy.
Is that not a wild stat?
Wow.
And you know who's a free agent in the offseason as running back? Okay.
Yeah, go get him, right? But that doesn't surprise me at all, because this is what Saquon Barkley does. Good, bad, good, bad.
The surprise is that it's been since week 10.
No, that's the surprise.
He's missed 4 weeks. Still has more rushing yards than
no wonder they egged the house of the offensive coordinator.
That sucks.
Losers. Scumbag Eagle fans. That's what you are.
Big Dom, we need you to go pick up some shells. All right, who shot who? No, eggshells.
Yeah.
Coming up on the other side, Giannis. It was big, and then last night was a scary moment, but he could be, well.
Of course that happens last. I mean.
That's a Knicks fan in a nutshell. Here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Leo Chanel, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Smokehouse Barbecue are ready for all of your catering needs this holiday season, and that's what I want you to do. Get catering at Smokehouse Barbecue this holiday season, because you're going to be having those get-togethers. You're going to have family and friends over, and the last thing you want to do is be in the kitchen doing all of the work when you can be visiting and hanging out with all of your friends and family and enjoying each other's company. And so Smokehouse Barbecue is going to take all the cooking off your plate. You're going to do all your catering from them this holiday season. Burnt ends, baby back ribs, the hickory pit beans that cook under the brisket for the final few hours to give them a flavor that nobody else can match. And, of course, if you really want to go strong, get those Cajun butter chicken wings as well with their homemade ranch dressing on the side. It is the perfect appetizer for any holiday party. Make sure you visit one of their 3 locations in Independence, Gladstone, and Zona Rosa. Get the pulled chicken sandwich tossed in that Cajun butter sauce. That's my favorite thing on the menu right now. And they even have barbecue tacos on the menu that are outstanding. So visit one of their 3 locations and order all of your catering at smokehousebbq.com. That's smokehousebbq.com. For over 35 years, locally owned and family operated, it's Smokehouse Barbecue.
Thanks for calling the Holiday Gift Line from the Missouri Lottery. If you still have presents to buy, don't panic. Missouri Lottery Holiday Scratchers and Draw Games are perfect for everyone on your list 18 and over. And you don't even need a gift receipt. Happy holiday gifting from the Missouri Lottery. Play responsibly.
Introducing the IHOP Value Menu, where all your breakfast faves are just $6 each every day. Where else can you get a big, filling, sit-down breakfast for only $6? Go to your happy plates with the $6 IHOP Value Menu. Available every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations.
Helzberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for Mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for Dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is gonna be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Helzberg.com for up to 50% off.
Calling all holiday bakers, it's time to roll out to Hy-Vee and save some dough this Friday through Sunday. Get the season's hottest deals on dozens of baking essentials like Hy-Vee brand flour, $1.48, cream cheese, $1.28, Hy-Vee brand chocolate chips, $2.48, and butter, just $2.49. Get ready to double those recipes and whip up some holiday magic this Friday through Sunday only at Hy-Vee.
My family and I love seafood. In fact, there isn't a week that goes by where we're not having salmon or shrimp or scallops. And I know that I can count on Hy-Vee for all of my seafood needs. And they're having their annual seafood sale. It's going on right now. So it's time to stock your freezer with the best prices of the year on crab legs, lobster tail, jumbo shrimp, and scallops. Whether you're entertaining at home or want to bring something special to a holiday gathering, don't miss the huge annual crab and seafood sale only at Hy-Vee.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, lift with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not.
Of course he did, right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part? You can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed.
With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement, 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in and new line, $100 plus a month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Every success you've had began with a great opportunity. Now there's another one. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we provide no-cost digital resources in place of textbooks and most courses. And that's not all. You'll receive your accredited online education at an affordable tuition with a choice for more than 135 degree and certificate programs. With online and hybrid courses, get everything you need to succeed again. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Visit our inventory at ShawneeMissionFord.com.
At Shawnee Mission Ford, you get it all. Pricing on a great selection of new Fords, plus a lifetime powertrain warranty, along with the 1-year Select Plus protection. From America, for America. Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more.
Join us live at Harrah's, Kansas City this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Celebrate the Caesar Sportsbook launch in Missouri with us. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Brought to you by Jay's Southland Tow Service, Missouri side, 70 westbound. Looks pretty good from 470 into downtown. 71 northbound, slowing now from 87th up to Gregory. Having unexpected car trouble or just in a car accident, call Jay's Southland Tow Service, 816-779-4869 or southlandtow.com. Use the tow service trusted by most local police departments. They can do it all, so be in the know and call Jay's Southland Tow. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Coming up in about 30 minutes, we'll get to Ben Maller. Also, coming up in about an hour, we'll get to Smasher Pass, where you'll have a chance at a $50 Booth Creek Wagyu gift card.
Smash.
Right on. Here on a Thursday on Fescoe and Dusty with Mac Maury as well.
You want to talk about a weird stat? This one I just found on X from Scott Kasmar, who works and covers the NFL.
Scott Calvin?
Kacsmar. Most passing EPA when defense doesn't blitz in 2025. Patrick Mahomes is number one at plus 100.1. I don't know what that means, but this is where it gets interesting. Mahomes is 22nd, minus 5.7 against the blitz, again showing it's not Super Bowl 59 this year. When they struggle, blitzing has worked. Mahomes is terrible against the blitz this year. I guess that's what's telling us, right?
Yeah, it's terrible. And then you can kind of make your assumption on what that means. Is that
you tell me? I don't know what that means. Is that like why was he good against the blitz before? Where oh my God, you never blitz Patrick Mahomes, and now you're blitzing Patrick Mahomes, and he's not having success against the blitz where he always had success against the blitz, and then he's not having. I mean, so what's going on here? You tell me. I'm not a dork. I don't know what this means.
Geek. I mean, personally, frustratingly so, to many of these questions we've had recently, Bob, there's not just one answer. I would say it's a combination, but the biggest answer to me would be predictability and Andy Reid. People know what's happening. People know these routes that they're running, and they don't necessarily have a wide receiver right now, in my opinion, that can destroy man coverage. I think Rashee Rice could be better and will get better, but yeah, I would say predictability in play calling on Andy Reid.
Is it predictability on Andy Reid, or is it the predictability on Patrick Mahomes? Because I do think that is a conversation that we need to have here for a second. Because if Andy Reid is sending in the RPOs and Patrick is just, discarding the R's and only looking at the P's in that situation, is that on Andy Reid, or is that on the quarterback being, insubordinate, if you will, for lack of a better term? How much of that is on Andy? How much of that is on Patrick Mahomes? I think there's a 50-50 split right there. We may not like some of the play calls, but is Patrick necessarily running the right play out of that call that Andy Reid is sending in? See, this is the trickle-down effect that's so fun in the NFL, is that once, if you've ever remodeled your house or done a little work around your house, once you take one thing off, everything needs to be fixed. You know how that goes. It's the peel back the onion effect. That's kind of what we have going on here. Is this Andy Reid calling bad plays, or is it Patrick Mahomes just saying, screw the R, we're just doing all the P's, and then they put themselves in these situations? I don't know what the answer is for that.
Sometimes you got to find the rotten potatoes.
Yeah, you do. It takes weeks.
Mahomes is definitely culpable. All I'll say is the reason that I would go the other way with Andy Reid is, again, a little nerdy here, but quarterback efficiency when throwing beyond the first read. So, hey, first read isn't open. What Andy Reid drew up, that hot route didn't work. Okay, it was predictable, whatever, stagnant route, wasn't run well, whatever you want to say. Mahomes is by far the best. He's the most efficient. His EPA per pass attempt is the best. He is out there, and Jaden Daniels is close. Lamar's there, and then it's just a hodgepodge.
How do people know what the first read is and who the hot route is, though?
They watch the All-22 and they see their eyes.
Oh, okay. So they're just making it up. Yeah, I don't buy that. That's gobbledygook right there. That's nonsense. Nobody knows who the hot route is. Nobody knows who the ball's supposed to go to. That's a figment of imagination right there.
What percentage do you think Kelsey is still the first read? Let's say he throws 30 passes a game. How many of those 30 passes was Kelsey the first read? Because I would say 15, which is, to me, high.
Yeah, I'd go 8.
Okay.
8, 16. So, yeah, so about 25%.
I have no idea. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, you need to start watching the All-22.
I guess, yeah.
Have you ever met a more snake-bit franchise than New York Knicks?
The Jets, maybe.
Okay.
Stinks.
Well, Justin Jefferson is saying, man, I'm going to waive my no trade, and I only want to go to one team, and it's the Jets.
Right.
Giannis said, basically, I'm willing to be traded. There's one team I want. It's the New York Knicks. What happened last night?
Got
the first
hurt.
time?
Of course he did. It's unbelievable. I mean, it's unbelievable.
He did walk off the court in his own strength, which is a big positive, but did non-contact, fell to the court. And you're like, of course, the day that all this.
Yeah.
This is Giannis on not winning every year.
For you, do you view this season as a failure?
Oh my God. You asked me the same question last year, Eric. Okay. Do you get the promotion every year on your job? No, right? So every year you work is a failure. Yes or no? No. Every year you work towards something, towards a goal, right? Which is to get a promotion, to be able to take care of your family, to be able, provide a house for them or take care of your parents. You work towards a goal. It's not a failure. It's steps to success, and if you've never, I don't want to make it personal. So there's always steps to it. Michael Jordan played 15 years, won 6 championships. The other 9 years was a failure. That's what you're telling me. I'm asking you a question. Yes or no? Okay, exactly. So why are you asking me that question? It's a wrong question. There's no failure in sports. There's good days, bad days. Some days you are able to be successful. Some days you're not. Some days it's your turn. Some days it's not your turn. And that's what sports is about. You don't always win. Some other people's gonna win. And this year, somebody else is gonna win. Simple as that. We're gonna come back next year, try to be better, try to build good habits, try to play better, not have a 10-day stretch with playing bad basketball. And hopefully we can win a championship. So 50 years from 1971 to 2021 that we didn't win a championship, it was 50 years of failures. No, it was not. It was steps to it, and we were able to win one. Hopefully we can win another one. Sorry that I didn't want to make it personal because you asked me the same question last year, and last year I was in the right mind space to answer the question back, but I remember it.
So that's Giannis telling you that in a long roundabout way, in about a minute and 56 seconds, that not winning the whole thing is not considered a failure. But then you go back to what Travis Kelce says: you don't win the Super Bowl; it's failed season.
And that's the way the Chiefs look at it. Yeah, and that's where you have the micro versus the macro on this, right? Is it a failed season now if the Chiefs don't win a Super Bowl? You bet it is a failed season, and they will tell you that. That's the micro, though. Could this be a total failure overall for the macro thing? Well, let's see what happens next season, because if they don't end up making it into the playoffs this year, right, that gives you an opportunity to make a lot of changes. And if not making the playoffs is the impetus to make a lot of changes on this team that maybe should have been made a year ago, then this season was not a failure. It was a letting go, a cleansing, and then you bounce back. So is it a failure in the moment? Yes. Is it a failure overall? Well, that's still to be determined. And the success/failure of this season ultimately, I think, will be determined by what they do next year and moving forward and how they respond from this kind of, rock in the road, if you will, whatever you want to call it, pothole, Odyssey parking lot, however you want to describe it. How is this team going to respond after the failure? And that's what it's all about. That's what the baseball people will tell you. How do you respond to failure? Because the greatest baseball players of all time fail 70% of the time, right? And so how are the Chiefs going to respond as an organization to failure? And that really starts with Clark Hunt. He's got to lay out the game plan and let everybody know this is how we're going to be moving forward. This is what we're going to be doing. The directive needs to come from ownership to allow the general manager and the head coach then to put their plan kind of into action. So I think, it's a failure if they don't make the Super Bowl. Small, big picture, we won't know if this season is a failure until we get the next year and see how they responded from failure.
And I think that's the difference between athletes and fans.
Yep.
The definition of failure is vague, and it's for everybody, right? Like he mentions to the reporter who absolutely goes coward and goes quiet.
Yeah.
And says, did you get your promotion this year? Well, I consider this show not. This is my personal opinion. If we're not a top 3 show in Kansas City, we failed somewhere.
Yeah.
It's not the team's fault if people check out, because the team isn't good. It's our fault for not making a bad team entertaining to talk about.
Right.
And then you go see the books that close every quarter, and you're like, okay, so who was above us and what did they do? Okay, why is listening to alternative rock more entertaining than listening to a developing story that we either weren't entertaining enough for, or we had said something that people didn't agree with, and we didn't change our ways, which you could do that for the regular season. But I think it is different. I think it is vague. I think it's a way to look at it. But I mean, props to Giannis, man. I mean, that's a hell of a way to respond to somebody that's a young athlete, that's a future, that's the NBA.
Yeah.
And to have that sort of thing, I think that's kind of a positive thing. And that, why not have that guy on your team? And of course, yesterday the Knick story, and then you're like, oh,
unbelievable, unbelievable. But also too, with the Giannis thing, the one thing that really stood out to me, he goes, Michael Jordan played 15 years. He only won 6 titles. Is that the rest of his season's a failure? He's looked at as the greatest of all time. Now the Wizard thing may be a failure, but he's looked at the greatest of all time. He won 6 championships in 15 years of playing. So when he said that, I'm like, that really does put it into perspective that for whatever reason we believe in Kansas City, it's either Super Bowl or bust every year, because that's what their goal is. But if they don't win it, then oh my God, we got to throw the bathwater out and it's going to be over and all that kind of stuff. No, not at all. You get an opportunity to rebound from a failed season. I'm excited to see what they can do if they don't make it to the playoffs this year.
What would they have to give up, Cat? for Giannis? Would that be the move?
You'd have to give up Cat, probably someone else picks.
Fine.
Yeah. Worth it. Done.
Yeah.
Easy.
Giannis and Brunson.
Oh God! Finally, you get your
you just
two.
pull the blinds completely up.
Oh yeah.
That's every night,
Yeah, no,
yes.
every night I'd be watching that. How could you not?
100%.
That's what sports is about. I love that kind of stuff where you get the greats playing on the biggest stage. And you guys all knew last year how much better the NBA was when the Knicks were advancing in the playoffs. You get Giannis on that team. It's going to be crazy town in the NBA.
They could actually win the finals.
Yes, they actually could. It would be unbelievable. And that party, would you think 86 was fun?
Coming up on the other side, it's that Chiefs team this Sunday. Which team shows up? We ask, you respond. 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Your home for K-State athletics. 96.5 The Fan.
You know, there's millions of people without the health insurance they need. I get it. You feel like it's too pricey, a headache to deal with. You deserve something better. And better health. We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality, affordable health insurance. You have health insurance needs. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums, with in-network preventive care at no cost to you, and a network of local doctors and hospitals. So if you're still shopping for health insurance, go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll to get your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Find the plan that's right for you right now. ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com, because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com, because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations, or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Hi, I'm Emily, your friend and jeweler at Shane Company, where a small box with a burgundy bow will help you win the holidays. As an in-house designer, I love creating meaningful, fine jewelry gifts. Choose a necklace with a gorgeous infinity charm to symbolize your everlasting love. Or go for a personalized piece with an engraving, their zodiac sign, favorite color gemstone, or their initial accented with pave diamonds, because a friend wants you to be a holiday hero. Stop by or shop now at shaneco.com. Shane Company, your friend and jeweler.
It all comes down to this, folks.
Yep, the entire season is on the line.
But my throat has officially thrown in the towel. Sounds like you need Vicks VapoCool drops. They're max strength and vaporize sore throat pain.
Whoa! These VapoCool drops hit fast.
Speaking of fast, did you just see that play?
Yeah, he vaporized that ball.
That pun should have come with a penalty.
Vaporize sore throat pain with Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed.
Hey, it's Brian Balding here. Pros don't just show up. They prove how it's done. Makita tools at the Home Depot are built with precision. Without shortcuts, Makita delivers results that reward hard work. Year after year, designed for the toughest jobs. It's a choice for pros who invest in performance, not just tools. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
J. Rieger & Co. Straight Bourbon Whiskey, winner of Best Craft Bourbon at the 2025 Ascot Awards. At 90 proof, it's rich, well-balanced, and oh so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City. J. Rieger & Co. Oh so good. Quality crafted in Kansas City.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
On the Missouri side, 70 westbound, a little slow around 40 highway, and then picks up and moves better into downtown. 350 westbound, Blue Parkway, heavy approaching Nolan, 71 northbound, so rolling from 87th up to Gregory. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
What's up, KC? It's Isaiah Pacheco. Tune in on game days to hear the play-by-play with Mitch, Danon, and Kling on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
KFNC FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey Sports Station.
Diving back into it, 7 o'clock hour. Coming up in 10 minutes, we'll get to Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Always joins the show. Brought to you by The Landing in Liberty. Go get those Ben Maller chicken fingers, that Big Bob's Bavarian pretzel, and Max mushrooms.
And Dusty's Burger, it's coming to a menu near you. I don't know if I was supposed to say that or not, but I'm being told there's a Dusty Burger in the works. Yes, nothing for Mac quite yet, but Dusty's Burger is in the works. I don't know why they just don't call him Stone Mac. Street's going to order it because he lives up there, so he's going to go over to the Landing in Liberty and get the Dusty Burger.
He'll probably hate it after the first bite. They should be called Max mushrooms.
They really should be.
I love it.
Makes
I'm
sense.
all in on that.
Mid-major Mac mushrooms.
Yeah, mid-major's Mac. But mid-major seems like it's a bad for an appetizer. You don't want to call it an appetizer. That's a mid-major. Now give me a power 4 appetizer.
Yes. Yeah.
That's the Bob's Bavarian pretzel.
What if it was like Max Mid-American mac and cheese?
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
You know how many people we have? It's so tough to say that. I'll just do the mac and cheese.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is. Okay, I'll do the mid-major Max mac and cheese.
What if they had mac and cheese on the menu and every item was just a bowl of cheese and a picture of Mac, and you got Mac and cheese?
I'm Dusty Likens reporting for Fox 4 News. There has been an uptick in cougars eating mac and cheese. More at 9.
And everybody's going to the Landing to order mac and cheese. AI Mac and a bowl of cheese.
Hell yes.
Every time you eat, it's just your giggle.
It's just me laughing.
Every bite. It's like a little Rugrat spoon from the 90s.
Yeah. You know, mac and cheese is one of those things that have a lot of high processed foods in it, so you need to get it out at the right place.
Yes.
You know, you got to get it at the Landing, get that mac and cheese going. Yeah, that'd be funny.
Let's talk about it, Rob.
Yeah. It'll be in the text thread here in about 4, 3, 2. I'm kidding. What Chiefs team are we going to see on Sunday? Because there is a chance. I see it as 2 different ways. One, they're going to absolutely prove us wrong because we haven't really seen this situation in this dynasty for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Never seen it.
Never been week 14 and people are biting their fingernails and wondering, are we going somewhere in January or are we still going to be watching football come January? And this is what you would look at is on paper, and obviously football, at least this Sunday, is played on grass. And you would say to yourself, hey, Will Anderson, all these defensive players on the defensive line, and I understand there's a lot of people out there saying, oh, they didn't practice. Say, relax. It's week 14. It's Wednesday. Veterans Day off. They'll probably all be full practices today or limited or whatever. Then Friday it'll be like FP or whatever.
Oh, yeah. You can't look at the injury report this time of year and gain anything from it.
And I think that if you look at this game and you ask yourself, which team will you see? Will you see the team that is, admitted to defeat because the defensive line for the Houston Texans is too much and we see panicky Mahomes against the rush? Or is this the team that we haven't seen before and the unknown is out there? Like, hey, we're going to tickle some tonsils, is what Andy Reid said. Okay, what does that mean? We don't know. Andy Reid's got a back pocket full of, one-liners. We'll bring that up later on from New Heights as they talked about Richard grabbers.
Yeah, make sure that's clean.
We did. We went through this morning. We even doubled down on it. But we haven't necessarily, and it is an honest conversation that you haven't seen your team of the Chiefs in this dynasty with Mahomes and Andy and Kelsey and all these guys kind of have this sort of adversity. I know Christmas Day was bleak and it sucked, and you're like, man, we have no offense. Somebody can catch the ball. But hey, here's this defense. This year, you're not having that conversation. You're like, our offense seems fine. The yardage per play seems great. Mahomes is, second in the league in passing yardage, only behind Drake May. or maybe third behind Drake May and Dak Prescott. They're losing games by 1 scores. Last year we won 1-score games. Like this year, it's like playoffs or bust is what the process always seems to be for the Kansas City Chiefs. And this game is kind of win or go home. So are you going to see the same team you've seen all year long, or are you going to see this team that's like, hey, we did the Michael Jackson way. We looked the man in the mirror and said, we're better than this, and by golly, people are going to like it. And I don't know which team we're going to see, and I think you'll be able to tell within the first half of the quarter to see where the offensive mindset is. I know the first 15 are scripted, and that's why I say that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I want to say the part where they're going to show up, right? But I don't know what I've seen this year to say they are going to do that. That's to me the biggest thing. Like the evidence that they have given us this year is not the evidence of, hey, this is going to be the team that shows up and says, all right, enough is enough, and they put their foot down and they go out there and they lick tonsils or whatever the analogy was the other day, right? Tickle the tonsils, right? They've not done that all year, and we're at week 14. Like, I just don't think you can turn a switch on, right? You are kind of who you are, and this is the team is who they are. The defense gives up a drive on the first series to the offense. They score a touchdown. You're down 7-0, and then the game starts. And I mean, that's how it's been, all season long for this football team. So I don't have any evidence right now other than what they did, in the past to say that they're going to do this now. But those past teams are not this team. And the despondent looks from Patrick Mahomes on Thursday and hearing about him in the Denver locker room, it's almost like you look at Patrick Mahomes, he's like, I don't know what else I can do out here. I don't know. R's instead of P's all the time could help in some of that situation. But I think right now, the part that scares me the most is Patrick Mahomes trying to be that guy that takes over and does make more mistakes that hurts that team. And I was thinking about it again, talking about yesterday and the interceptions and people don't want to blame Patrick Mahomes and whatnot. But like those, you don't know what the defense is going to do if they're going to be able to make stops. Those interceptions directly resulted in losses, and those are the tangible evidence that you can point it to. So the quarterback's got to play a clean game. You can't give the Texans an opportunity to do anything, and you have to go out there and assert yourself. But it's hard to do with backup offensive linemen, and it's hard to do for a team that hasn't done it all year long. I can't believe I'm the down one on this one. I just feel that way, though, based on the evidence. They've got to now show me. I've used a lot of what they've done in the past, but what they've done in the past, they're not doing in the present at this point in time.
Yeah, we can't keep going back to the precedent like I've done this whole season, right? Going back to the, they've done it, best coach, best quarterback. We've seen them do this.
Right.
Like the precedent is not, at some point, like you are who you are, like you said. And really, like, again, I believe this started last season. The record is not indicative of how good that team really was. Their record was better than that team really was, and now it's showing here.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe a little.
It's math. Everything evens out.
It's evening out.
It's even
12-0, and now 1-5, 1-6 now in 1-score games, right? So I don't think they'll see anything different. I mentioned it earlier. One standard drop back pass from under center, like that would have changed by now, and. You could eat off of that. You could live off of that. Defenses wouldn't respect it. They wouldn't know what was coming. And Andy Reid still hasn't done it. I don't know why that would change now.
Are you? Let me just play devil's advocate here for a second, or maybe it's not devil's advocate, but I'm going to ask the question: do you think Andy Reid is afraid to put Mahomes under center because of the Denver thing and the sneak that happened years ago?
No, because we've not seen this before. We've passed under center before.
Yeah.
When?
Not this season. Yeah, not this year.
I'm just asking. I don't know. And the reason I ask is I'm just trying to grasp for, you made that point that you made, how good they were the one time they did it under center, and then they don't do it again. See, we can do it. Okay, then do it again.
Do it.
Yeah, I think it's just he likes what he has in his quarterback, and he just knows. Like, you look at the national narrative, man. Like, people are like, the Chiefs aren't out of it until Mahomes is out of it. Like, until that guy is mathematically eliminated, the Chiefs are not out of it.
Correct.
Now, we watch a ton of Chiefs games. This city is who I'm talking about when it comes to we, not just us three here doing the show. You watch this enough. Like, you've seen everything, and that's why I think a lot of people are torn, because you have seen this team be at its ultimate adversity. And I take you back to the Houston Texans playoff game, ironically, or coincidentally.
Yeah.
That game, I mean, I was in here with Jay Binkley, and he's just like, here we go again. This is the same thing. It was him and Kent Swanson. We sat in this studio, and it's like, here it is again. And then you watch it, and then it happens again in the Tennessee game, and you're like, okay, well, I don't know if they can do it again. They do it again. And then it happens in the Super Bowl, and you're like, all right, I'm a believer. And now, for the first time since I think since then, I think now is the first time where most of the fan base has gone back and said to themselves, I don't know if this team can do it. And in the recent history and most history, they have told you, watch. And now it's at that situation where it's like, man, all these great years, the shortest season we had was an overtime loss in the AFC Championship game, and we're on the brink of missing the playoffs. But I'm not ruling them out because of what I've been ruled in before. And it's almost like a snip, snap, sip, snap, to go back to Michael Scott quote from earlier. It's, where we used to be, which was like my dad, and I don't blame them for being in that situation. Binkley as well, where it's like, oh, we're down again. We had this great season, went 13-3 and lost in the first round of the playoffs. Prove me wrong. Now, those same people are guys, hey, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong that this team is not going to make the playoffs. And now we get to sit back and have these mixed emotions of twisted fate and be like, I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to go with my belief or I'm going to go with what I currently see.
Yeah, and I have to go with what I currently see at this point in time. What you did in the past is great to kind of give you a direction and an understanding of where you are. But that team last year is nothing compared to what this team is this year, or any team. Like next year's Royals team, you can't compare it to last year's team and say that they did this, they did that. No, it's a completely different team. And this current team of the Chiefs is just showing us that they just don't have what it takes to win these games when they're close. And that's ultimately the difference in seasons between good teams and bad teams. It's those one-score games and doing those little things. And if you're not doing those little things, you can't do the big things.
Coming up, Ben Maller and One Word with Mac Maury on 96.5 The Fan, your home for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Isaiah Pacheco, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Park & Go do an amazing job. I love parking with them when we go to the airport because they understand customer service, and that's what we have at Park & Go every single time. We showed up for our flight last Monday at 3:30 in the morning. Man, that spot was ready for us. Covered parking for everybody at Park & Go. And as soon as we got there, we gave them our reservation number, and they directed us to that covered parking spot they had reserved for us. And we got to the airport terminal in time. And when we got back, Park & Go was waiting for us. The time we pulled to the gate, 9:53, I was in my driveway out south, an hour from gate to home because of the great service with Park & Go. Because when we landed, we grabbed our bags, walked outside, the bus was there, we jumped on it, and it was right back to the trunk of our car that was covered, because that's what Park & Go does, all covered parking. So make your reservation now at bookparkandgo.com, and make sure you prepay, because when you prepay, you're going to save big bucks. And don't forget to join their frequent parker program and earn points towards free parking. So reserve your spot today at bookparkandgo.com. The best deals in parking. Bookparkandgo.com. Park & Go, family owned and operated.
Men, it's the holidays, the season of all kinds of hustle and bustle. But if your energy is down, if you aren't sleeping well, if your sex drive is MIA, and you just don't feel like the guy you once were, maybe it's tough to get excited for all the holiday cheer. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and if this sounds like you may have low testosterone. And if so, this is the season for you to get treated. At Heartland Men's Health, we're experts in treating low T. If you're like most guys, you'll feel the change in just a few weeks. And truly, the results can be life-changing. You'll have improved mental clarity, your energy will kick up, your workouts will be better, your sleep patterns will improve, and your sex drive will likely heat up as well. So call us, and don't go through another season with low T. Your initial visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
Hey, it's Joshua Briscoe. Join me live at Harrah's, Kansas City this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and celebrate the recent Caesars Sportsbook launch in Missouri and meet former Chiefs running back Christian Okoye. Bet the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and use promo code RADIOMO. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Nugget Bills, Nuggets all the way.
Hi, I'm Kylie.
I'm John.
And I'm Garrison.
And a little thing we love about the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets
is sharing them when we cut down the Christmas tree.
We will pack the car with gifts. And of course, we go and pick up our family's favorite nuggets.
Every nugget is tasty times quadrillion.
And we get all the sides.
Yeah, the ooey gooey mac and cheese is a big hit.
Share the nuggets, share the joy. Order the 30-count Chick-fil-A nuggets on the Chick-fil-A app. Real guests paid for their testimonials.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com, because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, E-T-H-O-S, ethos.com/play.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Missouri side, 70 westbound, a little slower on 40 highway. Moves better once you get in towards 435. Lee's Summit, US 50 westbound, slow from 3rd Street up to 470. And 71 northbound, slow rolling between 87th and Gregory. Alan Carr, 96 found the Fan. Traffic.
Well, it is time to talk to our guy, Ben Maller of Fox Sports Radio. Of course, you can catch him overnights right here on 96.5 The Fan, and it's all brought to you by the Landing in Liberty. And Ben, got the Chiefs and Texans this weekend. You think this Chiefs team is a playoff team?
Well, for weeks I've been saying, guys, it's good to be on with you again. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving and all that. Get that out of the way. But the niceties. But no, I listen. I don't see it. I thought that you're playing the Cowboys, and I know the Cowboys traded for some guys on defense. I thought that was the pivot point game. And, yeah, they were in the game, and they had a shot and all that, but they didn't get it done. So I'm now off the bandwagon. Now, if they win this weekend, I can get back on. But for now, I'm off. I've stepped off the bandwagon. I don't see it. They're just a little off here and there. It's like they're not bad, the Chiefs. You guys have seen it all year. We've all watched it. There's just a little, like the whatchamacallit's not right on defense, or the game in Jacksonville where the guys were kind of lazy there, or there's a special teams mistake, or you miss a kick, or the offense was mediocre at times. It's just like a little off, and I don't see any evidence. I'm looking for evidence that they're going to get it done. Now, the good thing is this weekend, C.J. Stroud he's a guy that will turn the ball over, and if you turn the ball over, it's going to be really, as you guys, you're there, it's going to be cold and, the night game and all that. So there is an opportunity for the Chiefs defense to win that game. But until they do it, I'm not feeling it. I don't feel it right now.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I think a lot of us are. Until they go out there and show us that they're not a 6-6 football team, it's hard to believe that they're not a 6-6 football team. And that's been the kind of the struggle all week. Dusty and I have been having, like, what's the one thing that you're pointing to? And you just listed a litany of things that have gone wrong. And I think that's the difference between being a good team and a great team, or a good team and a bad team in the NFL, are the little things.
Well, then, and you're also like, you're looking around, you're like, okay, so if the Chiefs were to win, who do they need to lose? It's like, it's this weird thing. Like I was looking at the playoff possibilities, which is you want to have a headache, look at the playoff possibilities. But if the Chiefs are able to win, like they kind of need now, they need the Jaguars to win this weekend, right? Because they lost to Jacksonville, so they beat the Colts, so they need the Colts there. They need the Colts to lose that game or win the game rather, right? See, I'm even confusing myself. I'm trying, like, if they win this and lose that, like, where are they going to end up? So it's that kind of thing right now for the Chiefs, but it's completely irrelevant if they don't win. Like, that's obvious. They're completely cooked at that particular point. The Texans, to me that's a toss-up game because of like I said, C.J. Stroud makes a lot of mistakes. The Texans defense is big time though. That's the problem there.
Ben, we keep, I don't know, there's a lot of people that still have faith like to the fullest, and I want to ask you this because obviously a different place in Kansas City. When do you think it is like 100%, all right, it's not happening? Because I still think in your heart of hearts, and that I can hear in your voice, that you will not doubt Mahomes until it is a little lowercase e next to the Kansas City Chiefs. Because what you mentioned, everything that's got to happen, it's really not that much, man. You beat the Texans, the Colts fail, and you beat the Chargers in 2 weeks. The Chiefs are a completely different team. It's amazing how quickly the NFL season, they say, let's play the season out. Let's play the whole season out. The next 2 weeks, if the Chiefs win the next 2 games, they get in the playoffs, and what a better time than to sneak into a playoff, especially in the AFC side of things.
Yeah. So, until they're eliminated, obviously. I mean, they get in, you're like, the problem, you're going to be like the last team in, most likely, right? The Chiefs are they're not catching the Broncos, so forget about that. So you're going to be like the last team or the next to last team if they get in. So you have to play on the road all the time. But yeah, until they're eliminated, Dusty, you can't until they're dead, right? You're like that. Right. There's some life there. There's a pulse. There's hope, and all that. Because the positive on that side, as we've talked about, like the Patriots have a great record. And the Broncos have a great record. I still think in a one-off game, like they don't have the fear factor. The Patriots, the Broncos don't have the fear factor. Even though those teams have great records, you still think they're not proven playoff teams. Bo Nix is not great. Drake May. Drake May's having a great year, but you're still like, he hasn't done it in playoff games. And we've all seen guys that were great regular season. Peyton Manning was a great regular season player. He was a choke artist in the playoffs. He was a terrible playoff quarterback. It happens a lot. Guys are great in the regular season. Until they prove it in the playoffs, you don't know.
Talking with Ben Maller here on 96.5 The Fan, and we got a big one on Thursday night. Maybe one of the best regular season slates that we've seen in quite some time. It's Dallas and Detroit. Detroit's kind of in the same situation as the Chiefs are right now. They're kind of out there on life support a little bit and have to get a big win against the Cowboys. This game is going to be magical tonight, I think. I think this is going to be one of the best Thursday night games we've seen in a while.
Yeah, no, I agree. I'm right there. This is usually like the Thanksgiving leftover game, right? The teams we always have to watch on Thanksgiving, and now they're back at it. And I handicapped the game for Benny versus the Penny, and I actually like the Cowboys in the game tonight, which is crazy. I didn't think, if you had told me like a month ago, who are you going to pick in the Cowboy line? There's no chance I'm going to take the Dallas Cowboys. Are you kidding me? But this guy Quinnen Williams, who came over from the Jets, he's been doing really well. I mean, he's been great. And the defense, as we saw last week against the Chiefs, they're not a shutdown defense, but they're good enough with that offense where they got something. And they no longer stink. They're at least competitive, the Cowboys. And this was the murderer's row where they played the Lions, or the Lions are the last game, but they played the Eagles and the Chiefs, and they won the first 2, and now they have this game. And there is I believe in the multiverse, guys. There is a world where the Cowboys win this game tonight, and then they keep going. They make the playoffs, and the coach of the year is Brian Schottenheimer, and the executive of the year is Jerry Jones for making those trades when the Cowboys were dead right before the deadline. Everyone laughed at the Cowboys. What are you doing? Why would you make those trades? The Cowboys aren't going to. Me included, by the way. My hand is raised. I goofed on the Cowboys, and here they are. They've got a golden opportunity, and that the Lions' offensive line is pretty weather-beaten, and we know Jared Goff does not do well when he gets pressured. So that does not look great on a tablet when you're looking at that matchup tonight. But it should be fun. It should be high-scoring, come down to the end of the game, a field goal here, a field goal there.
Ben, I like that you said all those things, but you missed one little link. If Jerry Jones wins executive and Schottenheimer wins coach of the year and they win that division, that means Dak's winning MVP.
Is he though? Because
I mean, I would think that if the Cowboys win the Super Bowl, if the Cowboys win the NFC East,
okay,
right, and Philly collapses, they'll fire Sirianni. We can all agree to that, right? Three guys here, Sirianni would be fired, even though they won a Super Bowl last year. If they collapse, that'd be 2 collapses in 4 years with 2 Super Bowl visits. Man, he might be bipolar. But if the Cowboys win the NFC East, there is no doubt in my mind that May and Stafford would cancel each other out in votes because 50 people will vote on this. And then Dak comes back, wins that division, gets into the playoffs, would be a top 4 seed. I would think that they would give Dak the MVP. I know right now he has the 3rd best odds, and it's a 2-man race with Stafford and Drake May. But that happens, man. That's because you know what they say. You can only win the MVP if you win your division.
Yeah, it's supposed to be. And there really isn't it doesn't seem like there's a path for the Cowboys to get in if they're not winning the division because the Niners' schedule and Green Bay. I guess Green Bay's got a tougher schedule. So, yeah, I mean, okay, well, I'll go with that, Dusty. I still think Stafford's going to bounce back and absolutely destroy the Cardinals this weekend and have like 4 touchdowns. And you know, I think he got that. I believe he got it out of his system, all the turnovers last week, although who knows? We'll see what happens with that. But, yeah, under that scenario, that's the yellow brick road for the Dallas Cowboys right there, where everything comes together. And Jerry Jones laughs at all the critics and just points his finger and says, "Ha ha, you losers."
Talking with Ben Maller, does Lane Kiffin leave a party better than anybody? Like, I've never seen an exit. Like, all his exits are grand exits. Does anybody leave better than Lane Kiffin?
Lane is either the smartest, greatest coach we've seen in this generation of coaches, or he's the biggest con man we've ever come across. I'm not sure which. A buddy of mine sent me the link on YouTube of Al Davis. If you want to laugh, I forgot about how bad that was. Al was a very senile man at the time when he fired Lane Kiffin and then had the overhead projector and pointed out how bad a coach Lane Kiffin was. It was hilarious. Yeah, Lane's great, man. He chased off the road in Oxford. The tarmac in L.A. They were burning sofas in Knoxville. He got how about Lane Kiffin sending out that statement? I laughed at that. Lane was talking about what a great coach, or Nick Saban rather was talking about what a great coach Lane Kiffin was, and then we went back and we were like, well, didn't Nick Saban get rid of Lane Kiffin before the championship game because he was so annoyed with Lane? What are you doing? It is pretty good. Like this guy's a firecracker, Lane Kiffin.
Could you imagine being in the same room with he and just drew a blank on her name, but the female coach of LSU's basketball team? What a conversation that could be. Also, Lane Kiffin just reminds me of the coaching version of Kirk Cousins. Nobody understands why they're relevant or why they get paid all this money, but here they are because he's the best guy in the worst situation. But I do want to ask you this question. Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Yes, thank you. Yes, I love that. I love that question because, as you know, I live in this mansion, and based on my Super Bowl predictions over the years. So that's obviously what's going on here. I know exactly who's going to win, but I can't tell you that. You're going to have to watch Benny versus the Penny to find out.
Hey, there we go. Chiefs, I want to ask you this though: Chiefs Texans. I don't know if you've seen the Chiefs defense or offensive line completely beat up. You should look up the names and see how many of them are actually football players or insurance salesmen. They play that monstrous Texas defensive line. It is Patrick Mahomes, backs against the wall, Andy Reid. He said he's going to tickle some tonsils, by the way. I don't know if you've ever heard that before or if you even have your tonsils. But how, do you think they have a chance? Like, I know we talked about it way before this, but, like, legitimate chance, like a situation the Chiefs have never been in before with Mahomes, with Andy Reid, against this defense with a battered offensive line. But it is an Arrowhead. How's this game go?
Yeah, so fun fact, I don't have my tonsils. I remember I was a kid. I had them taken out. I got a lot of ice cream. I was a fat kid. My mom gave me lots of ice cream, so I love that. I did not mind my tonsils being taken out. So I've never heard a coach use that line. I like that Andy did that. And I wonder what he was watching before he decided to use that line. I don't know. But, yeah, there's a path. The Chiefs at home, handicapping the game because of C.J. Stroud making mistakes. And you can adjust. If you have a suspect offensive line against a good defense, it's football 101. Like anybody who watches football knows, you just get rid of the ball quicker. You're going to have to change your offense a little bit, and you don't have time to hold the ball. Mahomes is good enough. He's a top 2 or 3 guy in the NFL, even though he's not a great year this year. He should be able to adjust with Andy Reid, and they should be able to make some stuff. They're not going to score a bunch of points, but they're not going to have to score a ton of points. So, yeah, this is a 50-50 type game this weekend. you factor in the weather and everything, all the stuff involved in it, and it's a toss-up game. It should be great, which is, wonder. We had a good Sunday night game last week, even though it wasn't a great matchup because Washington, but the game came down to overtime. That was good. This should be a fourth quarter game.
Well, Ben, we appreciate the time. Best of luck in your interview for the Penn State job, and we'll talk to you again next week.
I can't wait. You guys, come to Happy Valley with me.
It's Ben Maller, brought to you by the Landing in Liberty.
One word.
First name is blank, and he goes on a cruise. He goes on a Caribbean cruise.
Katie Holmes.
No. Ah!
Are you listening?
What's your least favorite thing about working with yourself?
Body odor. You get one word.
On the count of 3, name your favorite dinosaur. 1, 2, 3. Velociraptor.
This is one word on Fescoe and Dusty.
1, 2, 3.
Oatmeal raisin.
Shout out Aussie yesterday for the oatmeal raisin cookies.
Yeah, they were really good.
How many chocolate chippies do you have left, or how many did the fiancé have?
Both had one. It was great.
They're so good.
They are good. And I'm not even a chocolate chip guy.
Throw them in the oven for like 10 seconds.
Ooh, yeah.
That's really weird. I've never really heard anybody say they're not a chocolate chip cookie fan.
Not a big chocolate guy. Hot takes with Mac. Here we go. One
Big
word.
chocolate guy over here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
Bruce Feldman.
Who? Never heard of him.
Reporter at The Athletic and
Of course,
Fox,
yeah.
college football guy. This is his tweet from yesterday discussing college football playoff rankings because Texas ahead of Vandy, Miami not ahead of Notre Dame, and the reasoning for that inconsistent. Someone says the committee now says it's easier to use the head-to-head win as data point if the teams are back-to-back in the rankings. Bruce Feldman says this is also effing stupid. They just keep making it up as they go along. It's like the CFP committee is going out of its way to show that the sport is run by morons. One word.
Correct. I mean, I don't understand why people are debating this head-to-head thing. That's literally the number one tiebreaker in every sport. That's the tiebreaker in life. How'd you do head-to-head against that guy? Well, I beat him. Well, then you win. Like, why are we discrediting the head-to-head Notre Dame-Miami matchup?
Yeah, my one word is expansion. Here it comes, right? Every single year, it's never good enough. When will it be good enough? They're still expanding the March Madness tournament. It's not good enough. 64 teams, 96 teams, 108 teams, 114 teams. When is this going to be 16 teams? That's what Diego Pavia wants, your boy from the built-in van.
Well, yeah, so he can get in.
Yeah, so he can get in.
Yeah.
Don't blame him, though.
I mean, I don't know that it has to be 16 or whatever. We just have to have some order in this thing. We can't continue to have a committee with biases determine who's in. Like, why can't we it is a professional sport now. Why can't we just go with conferences, with leagues, and with standings and go that route with it instead of all of this minutia? Because I think I'd rather get to a 64-team league with standings and all that kind of stuff before we got to 16 teams and just letting more teams into the playoffs. We need some order, some structure. Right now in college sports, as we've said over and over again, it's the wild, wild west in everything that they do.
And we'll talk more about college football and the state of it in the college football playoffs right now or later in the show at 8 o'clock because there's a lot of good arguments for that Miami-Notre Dame on both sides.
Yeah,
I really don't know where I sit right now.
Who won the head-to-head matchup?
Miami.
So if it comes down to the two of them, Miami should get in.
There's lots of arguments that could say otherwise.
No. It's head-to-head. And Notre Dame has 2 losses?
So does Miami.
Who won the head-to-head?
Miami.
Well, we're done. There's nothing else to look at.
I don't think we are. We can get into it. I do not think we're done at all. Giannis' trade request. Apparently it happened in the offseason. Brian Winter said, basically, I want to be a Knick, was Giannis' words. One word, of course, he did suffer a calf strain, or at least we're very optimistic that it is just a calf strain and not an Achilles tear. One word on Giannis Antetokounmpo requesting a trade.
Smart. Get the hell out of Milwaukee, right? And go to New York, because he knows what happens if he goes to New York. He would become maybe the biggest star in the NBA immediately because he's playing for that team. I'm also over everybody saying that he has to go to the Lakers. Screw off, Lakers. Like, why do we have to put all the good players in L.A.? You know what the NBA needs? A legitimate superstar in a big-time market on the East Coast so people can watch their games before they go to bed. And so the Knicks need Giannis. The NBA needs Giannis to go to the Knicks.
My one word would be Shaq, right? Orlando, big year. went to the finals, lost to Houston. Although Giannis did win in Milwaukee.
He did.
But again, like my one word would be Shaquille, right? Or Shaq. He went to L.A. Look what happened in L.A. Became even bigger of a superstar, no doubt about it. Already big time. Giannis, already big time. Goes to L.A., explodes, gets paired with Kobe. They win 3. You go to New York, you get paired with Jalen Brunson. You get Timothé, Ben Stiller, all the celebrities there. Spike Lee probably won't even know what to do with himself. Sign me up.
It's entertainment value at the toppest.
100%.
At the toppest, the highest of level.
Giannis in the Garden.
Oh, God.
They call it the Greek Garden.
I mean, they would, man. I mean, the league needs it. The league needs it. Just like they sent Jokic to L.A. last year, right? And give them a little bit of Doncic. I mean, and then let's get Giannis to New York. I mean, L.A. doesn't need to have all the good players.
We'll end with new heights. Jason Kelsey commenting on Andy Reid's comments on tickling tonsils.
What are other sexual metaphors that coaches have used in the past? The one that I've always heard is you take these big beaters you got and you put them into that middle of the chest.
Richard
That's one of my favorite beaters is a great all-timer. You ever heard that one?
Have I? Yeah.
Such a long way to just say hands.
Yes. Yeah. You can't just say something. You need to say something that registers something in your head. If you say hey, put your hands in his chest, it's that's already out my fucking brain. You tell me to put my beaters inside of his chest, I'm remembering you telling me to put my beaters in his chest. I'm not going to forget that one.
Oh, my hands.
How'd you know? I really only have one beater. Are you guys using both?
He started looking around the room.
Time out.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, yeah, beater.
You guys are going lefty?
No. Same time. Same time.
Yeah.
Same time.
Yeah. I'm a basket weave guy myself.
The basket weave guy.
So good.
I mean, he killed Travis.
Yes.
I mean, he sent Travis to a casket of laughter.
Are they talking about the same coach that they both had? The guy in Cincinnati. Richard Beaters. Put your Richard Beaters inside his chest.
Men's wieners. Better believe it.
I am a basket weaver myself, Jason goes with.
That was perfect.
I'm in pain laughing.
I think the two things I take away from that audio, one, my one word would be hilarious.
Oh, yeah.
Two, when Kelsey goes, wait, you guys use 2 hands? And then the other guy's like, it's a really long way to just say hands.
Yeah. Who was the other guy on there?
I don't know. I need to look that up. I didn't know, but he was funny too.
I mean, Jason got Travis so good. Yes. You hear Travis at the end going,
it's. Oh, my wowzers. What a show.
Put your Richard Peters on him.
He loved it.
I mean,
he's still laughing
he's gone,
now.
man. He's gone. Oh, boy. The pink snort.
Travis driving and listening to the show is dying right now.
I'm a basket weaver myself.
It's perfect.
Oh, boy. Coming up on the other side, it's Smash or Pass. It's brought to you by Booth Creek Wagyu, KC's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th at Metcalf, and also brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more. Online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. We get back with Smash or Pass here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you something. My friends over at Hy-Vee got a really cool event going on this weekend. I was over at Hy-Vee yesterday getting some stuff. I came home with some chicken breast yesterday, and I made it. My kids were like, oh, my God, this is the best chicken ever. sure. I'm like, of course it is. It comes directly from Hy-Vee. And this weekend, don't miss Hy-Vee's Taste of the Holidays event, Saturday, December 6th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you can sample all of the amazing ready-to-serve meal pack options or just get a little holiday inspiration. Over at Hy-Vee, their meal packs are for any size gathering. And with holiday favorites like succulent turkey, honey glazed spiral ham, prime ribs, savory side dishes, and dessert. They literally have it all at Hy-Vee. So don't do all of the cooking this year. Let Hy-Vee help you out and get their amazing ready-to-serve meal pack options. Sample them this Saturday, December 6th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. only at Hy-Vee.
Hey folks, I've got a couple of important questions for you. Do you know how much money you need to retire? Do you have a plan in place for your loved ones? If your answer is no, it's time to get your financial planning on track with UMB Private Wealth. It's never too late to start. Plus, their team supports you at every step of the planning process. Go to umb.com/private wealth to schedule your appointment. That's umb.com/private wealth. Why not start today?
Missouri, it's happening. FanDuel Sportsbook is live and ready to roll in the Show Me State, and they're celebrating with a little something for everyone. All this week, every customer gets a no-sweat bet every day. That's right. No matter what you're betting on, if it doesn't hit, you'll get bonus bets back to keep the action going. So whether it's football, basketball, hockey, or whatever you're into, you can bet it all on the app that's safe, secure, and built for every kind of fan. The interface is quick and the payouts are fast, and the experience, top tier. So download FanDuel or visit FanDuel.com/Missouri to get started. FanDuel Sportsbook, now live in Missouri. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of 96.5 The Fan. 21 and present in Missouri. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Opt-in required each day. Refund issued as non-withdrawable bonus bets that expire 7 days after receipt. Max refund $20. Restrictions apply, including token expiration. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments including pills, chews, and more. 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, HIMS.com/JOY.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help. Get in the zone, AutoZone. Restrictions apply.
Hey, I'm Mike Slater. My dad passed away at the age of 63. It's out of nowhere. Had a stroke. Super hard, obviously, for the whole family, but my dad had life insurance. This is why I have life insurance for my family, for my wife and 4 kids. And the best place to get life insurance is ethos.com because you can do it in 10 minutes. And there's no medical exam and no blood test, just a few health questions. Get life insurance in 10 minutes so your family is protected. Ethos, ETHOS, ethos.com/play.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
Hellsberg gifts checked off the list. Now, time for wrapping. Earrings for mom. A gold bracelet to match the rings Danielle wears every day. And for dad, a new watch, because we all know he needs one. All right, this is going to be a good one.
Our favorite things for your favorite people. Shop in store at Hellsberg.com for up to 50% off.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading towards downtown, 169 highway southbound gets heavy by the airport, stays slow to the bridge, and then sluggish on the 35 southbound, which is off again, on again, slow past 670 towards Penway. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Don't forget, caller number 5 today. You got to say, hey, Mac, you got really nice hair, a beautiful laugh, and some good Richard beaters.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning. Like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
That's right. Be caller number 5. You have a chance at a $50 gift card to Booth Creek Wagyu, Casey's Best Steaks, now with 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th and Metcalf. Also brought to you by Shawnee Mission Ford, on a mission to do more, online at ShawneeMissionFord.com. Before we get into the first part of it, which is foods that get a bad rap, the holiday is upon us, right? 3 weeks from today is Christmas.
Oh, my. Jeez, really? Yeah. Wow.
3 weeks from today is Christmas. McDonald's.
Yeah.
They're doing something new.
What are they doing?
So they have a Grinch special.
Saw that.
You can get 10 nuggets or a Big Mac. Which one do you go with?
10 nuggets.
Okay. Comes with fries
Yeah.
and a pair of socks.
Oh, that's kind of
That
cool.
are like Grinch-themed socks.
okay.
Right? Looks like an adult lunch kids meal, basically. But here's the twist. It comes with a paper bag and a package of Grinch salt.
I saw that.
And the Grinch salt is dill pickle flavored. So
Yep.
you take the fries, you put them in the bag, you sprinkle the salt, do a little shake, and every video I've seen is this. I hope you like pickles because it's overpowering.
I will tell you this, for McDonald's fries, I don't even need their fancy catsup on there.
I don't even need salt.
No, you need nothing. I think it's a mistake by McDonald's to put that out
Well,
there
that's a
because
theme.
I understand that, but like you're trying to make something different and good that's outstanding by itself. Like their fries need no help whatsoever.
Yeah, it's like the best in the game. That's what they have. That's their staple.
That is.
Don't change
Everybody
that.
knows their fries, and so they're doing that. I guess you change it, but I'm out on that. I'm not a big dill pickle
Because
potato
that's what
chip
the Grinch
fan.
does. The Grinch, he's like Satan. He's coming to steal, kill, and destroy your soul during Christmas, right?
Yeah.
Another top tier Christmas movie.
Which one?
Jim Carrey.
Okay.
But you're right. You're right.
I mean, you could watch a triple feature.
Yes,
You
yes,
can
you
watch
could.
the OG. You can watch Jim Carrey. You can watch the, what is it, Disney one?
The
Is it
OG
Disney?
is great.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
The cartoon one.
I
back
think
in the
I
day.
think I would
Yeah.
go
Great.
half the salt and get a little bit of flavor.
Yeah, I'm just not a pickle. Like I love pickles, but I don't like that pickle flavoring on my chips and stuff.
And then Burger King has the SpongeBob you
That's
mentioned
right.
yesterday.
This looks gross.
But the little potatoes are like cheese and bacon stuffed.
Those
Right?
look good. Yeah,
Those look good. Those
Yeah.
look good. Yes.
And I like the bun too. I like
Really?
the little yellow bun. I think it looks cool.
just looks like so artificial, but that's coming from fast food.
Oh,
guy
a
here,
fast
yes.
food restaurant looks artificial.
It's just
Huh.
like next level.
We're gonna have to stop eating all these artificial things. I don't know why we're eating them.
Yeah, it's AI food, but who cares?
RFK. Foods that get a bad rap that I think a lot of people would still smash. I am not in this, and this is why I need to probably grow up. For some reason, I know I get flack for it all the time. From Maloney to Emily to you guys to family members, meatloaf.
You don't like it.
It's the name.
Yeah, but it really is good. Red Door Grill has an amazing
Yes, I need to
meatloaf.
try this.
It is so good.
I've
It
heard
is
it's
so
good
delicious.
there. I've heard it's good at Third Street Social.
Okay.
Third Street Social uses like an andouille sausage with theirs. And they sear it and they put like a demi-glace.
Yeah, but how do you not want to eat that? Just because of the name. It has to be, and that's fine.
It goes to the next one, Sloppy Joe.
I love Sloppy Joes.
Oh,
The
yeah.
kids love them. They're so easy, man.
Yeah, they're
Pound of
great.
ground beef or turkey, a can of manwich, and you're ready to roll.
I'm surprised because you're chili cheese fry lord, but not,
Not sweet and salty.
Yeah, that is sweet. The Sloppy
No,
Joe
that's
is a
true.
little sweet.
And I've always heard, I know I haven't opened the text line yet, but everyone's like, dude, you got to do sloppy. Screw manwich. But that's what we grew up on.
Yeah, that's what we all grew up on.
And,
Yeah.
and God rest it, bless his heart. He's obviously still with us. My stepdad, every time, Sloppy Joes, burger buns, crinkle fries, and he'd put a piece of that Velveeta cheese on it. and then put the top bun, let it lightly melt, and then just go to town.
See, I would pass on the cheese because it's too hard to eat like as it is, and then you put the cheese on there, it makes it even tougher. I would think.
Cannot do it. You guys are just over here smashing sloppy joes.
Yeah, that's fine.
With the Joker smile of just grease and manwich.
Yeah, I like a good sloppy joe.
Meatloaf's one of my favorite things.
Yeah, meatloaf
honestly.
is fantastic.
I love it.
If it's done the right way. Now, if you've had bad loaf, then I understand it's not good.
Yeah, the way
Especially
I grew
it's
up,
cold now. It's good.
Yeah, the
Meatloaf
way I
and
grew
cold.
up with it was obviously the worst way. It was just meat log with a ton of white onions and ketchup on top. Throw it in the oven, pull it out, cut it in the
It's
little
the
slips.
same thing we had too, dude. The same thing.
Because I've thought about making it like a giant meatball, do like beef and Italian sausage, and then go out to my Blackstone and sear it, and then have like a demi-glazed sauce, and then make my own mashed potatoes. I'd probably love it.
Sounds gas.
I'm sure, but I haven't done it.
It's funny that you say that because when I was growing up, you had that image of that meatloaf with the white onions, like you just said, and I never really liked it after that because that's what we had as a kid. And then I eventually tried it at the Hereford House back in the day. I'm like, oh, they've got really good meatloaf, the one downtown. Then that burned down. You can't go to Leawood. And so you've got that, and then Red Door Grill had their meat. I like it. It's good. Out.
816 says, or 913, excuse me, the cheese binds it together, Bob. Makes it easier to eat.
Oh, does it really? I would think that would make it harder to eat, especially the Velveeta. I found this one online. I want to know if you guys would eat this. This grilled cheese, garlic butter grilled cheese hot dog. And it's a hot dog bun that's basically turned into garlic bread with cheese, and then the hot dog is put on top of it, but the hot dogs are basted in garlic butter.
Yes. How many would I eat is the question.
You're eating that.
I'd tickle my tonsils.
And then they
with
dip
that.
it in garlic butter as a
my
dipping
God.
sauce.
I don't know if you need to do that. That kind of seems like a little extra, but yeah, I would.
I'll take everything but the hot dog in that. Like, I could kick the hot dog to the curb, and that looks like some good garlic bread.
Let me tell you something here. How about this? An Italian sausage, and you throw a little marinara on top.
Oh, now that we're talking.
I'm in.
Yeah, now you're channeling your Anselmo there, I'll tell you.
Hey, Jasper, I need 6 Italian sausages, not cooked, just made, and a side of sauce.
Man, Jasper's driving in right now with those sausages for you. But you're right. If you do like a sweet Italian sausage with marinara on top, that's a game changer right there. Yeah, I'm in on that. Yeah,
no doubt about it. I mean, I would 100%.
Finally, I'm one of those guys who can't wait to get to work in the morning, like a dairy cow.
Oh! Oh! Oh, yes! Yes!
That's right. Call number 5. Got a chance at a $50 gift card from Booth Creek Wagyu. Kansas City's best steaks, now at 2 locations, 95th and Knoll and 135th at Metcalf and Shawnee Mission Forward. On a mission to do more online at ShawneeMissionForward.com. One you didn't get to, cinnamon Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, it's not fruity. It's
But
just cinnamon pebbles now. That's their new flavor that's being released. I can see that for a holiday treat. I don't know that that's flying in August.
Imagine if you made Rice Krispie treats that way. Because have you ever had Rice Krispie treats with tweets? Have you ever had Rice Krispie treats with Fruity Pebbles? Ever made that way?
No, I
fantastic.
haven't.
It's fantastic. Now do
the
cinnamon
ones.
Cinnamon marshmallow.
Yeah, that may be a good holiday treat too.
The garage was an early visit this morning.
My goodness.
I think they're copying Cinnamon Toast Crunch here.
100%.
That's my take.
See, I was thinking more of a red cinnamon flavor as opposed to a brown cinnamon flavor. Does that make sense?
That makes sense.
You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
red cinnamon
Holiday-
versus holiday cinnamon versus like your normal everyday cinnamon.
Very different.
Yeah. So I was thinking it was like a holiday red cinnamon.
Okay,
type
that makes
thing.
sense. I was like, August? Why would that matter? Oh, yeah, that'd be weird.
Yeah.
That'd be weird.
Bacon wrapped, cheese stuffed, smoked loaf totally tickles my tonsils.
Smash.
Okay. All right. By the end of the year, I'll try meatloaf. I promise.
Ooh, I love it.
I promise.
By the end of the year, okay?
By the end of the year, I will try meatloaf. Coming up on the other side, at some point, you have to just say what it is, here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is George Karlaftis, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends, QC Kinetics is going to make you feel better. That's right. You're tired of those aches and pains, and the last thing you want to do, right, is start your holiday season with aches and pains. So go see my friends over at QC Kinetics because they can change your body. QC Kinetics believes relief doesn't have to come from surgery or pain pills. They use your body's own natural healing abilities to repair and restore what's been lost, helping you move, live, and feel like yourself again. It's your body's comeback story powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery. Just your body remembering how to feel alive again. QC Kinetics delivers long-term relief to make the new year your turning point where pain stops defining you. So take that first step literally and walk right on over to my friends at QC Kinetics and get that healing done. Schedule your free consultation with them today. It's a great time to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. So give them a call. 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
Missouri, it's finally here. DraftKings Sportsbook, America's top-rated sportsbook app, is now live. DraftKings is giving all customers a can't-miss offer for this Sunday's Kansas City game versus Houston. Double your money if Kansas City gains just 1 yard. That's right. If Kansas City moves the ball even 1 yard, you double your money up to $100. With DraftKings Sportsbook, you're in the action. Fast, safe, secure, and all from your phone. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code PICKKFNZ. All customers can opt in today and double their money if Kansas City gains just 1 yard in Sunday's matchup. That's code PICKKFNZ in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. One single use odds boost per customer. Market boosted to plus 100 odds. Max bet $50. Expires at 8:20 p.m. Eastern Time, December 7th. Terms at sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
At Casey's, when someone asked for a cup of coffee that wouldn't put them in debt, but still had freshly ground beans, rich flavor, and a price that starts with a 9 and ends with a D9 cents, we were too nice to say no. Any size darn good coffee, just 99 cents with Casey's Rewards. Limited time only. See store for details.
This is Gene at House of Diamonds. No paint-by-number custom jewelry, no bogus sales and financing offers, and absolutely no lab diamond ripoffs. Everything at House of Diamonds is real. House of Diamonds on the southeast corner of College and Quivira.
With the first pick in the McDonald's breakfast draft, I'm going with a tasty sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich. Bold move, sweet, savory, totally stacked. But wait, that delicious sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich is still on the board. Lucky for me, McD lets you mix and match two for just $5. And right now, any size iced coffee is only $1.89. Breakfast at McDonald's. That's the real winning deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
This report is brought to you by O'Reilly Auto Parts, your professional parts people.
Get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99 now at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Limit supply.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading towards downtown, 169 highway southbound. Gets heavy before the bridge. Stays very slow onto 35 southbound, which is heavy south of 670. Kansas side, 69 highway northbound. Pretty heavy with an accident before 167th Street. Delays back to 179th Street. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan. Traffic.
Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to watch all your favorite shows, shorts, and clips. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. KFNC FM and AM. HD1 and HD2 Kansas City. An Odyssey Sports Station.
Shout out to David for the winner of the Booth Creek Wagyu $50 gift card. David Davad.
There you go, David.
Last night did make the chicken cutlet Caesar salad hoagie sandwich.
Ooh, damn.
Smash.
Let's go.
With a little potato soup from Panara.
They've got great soup. Broccoli
Yeah,
cheddar's good.
I don't know how you rank it. Chicken tortilla, chicken wild rice,
Jeez.
cheesy potato, mac and cheese. Have you seen they have the macaroni and cheese broccoli cheddar bread bowl?
Wow.
Felt my heart skip a beat.
Sounds incredible. I love Panera.
Absolutely.
I really do.
Dudes give Panera a bad rap.
Yes.
I mean, I get it everywhere you go nowadays. It's like, it's so expensive. Well, sign up.
Sorry.
You know?
Yeah, it is what it is.
But, man.
They've been expensive before the expensive thing started.
Seriously.
Though.
Oh, yeah. But it was good food.
Did they close?
Always good.
No.
Oh.
Getting in there. Yesterday's big news, Colin Klein sounds like he's going to be the next head coach. Coach Klein, going to be the next coach at Kansas State for the Wildcat football team. As Kleinman steps down an emotional press conference as well.
It really was. I felt emotional watching that. And I've only talked to Chris Kleiman one time, and it was during COVID, and we had everybody on during COVID because nobody had anything to do, right? And so we were talking to him during COVID. But the one thing that I do remember most about Chris Kleiman was when he was hired. He was hired the same year as that Les Miles clown was hired at KU. And I was at something for the Sports Commission. I think it was their annual awards banquet, and they had both Kleiman and Les Miles on stage together. And it was at that point in time where I realized, oh, my God, KU has hired a Weekend at Bernie's guy, and K-State's got themselves a really good coach. I just remember him kind of commanding that room, and I'm like, I really like this guy. And he turned out to be great, Dusty, for K-State. He's the second greatest coach in program history. And as John Kurtz pointed out on Twitter yesterday, which I thought was really good, he said, look, this was the guy who gave us the opportunity to finally win a conference championship without Bill Snyder and showed us in Manhattan that could be done. And if that was Chris Kleiman's ultimate, kind of calling card and what he was kind of put in Manhattan, Kansas to do to show K-State they could win conference championships without Bill Snyder, job accomplished. And I think Chris Kleiman came in and steadied the waters when they needed him to be steadied, and I think he did a really nice job over there in Manhattan. So I felt emotional for him yesterday because this is the business of college sports right now, man. I promise you, and this is how I feel, the boosters went in there and said, we got to move him out because Colin Klein is available, and we can't afford to have our Heisman runner-up be the head football coach at Oklahoma State University. And I think that's ultimately what did Chris Kleiman in.
Yeah, and I thought it was good pointing out yesterday on Twitter after the announcement kind of had came out of what was the source that broke the news yesterday?
The
Manhattan Mercury. And I thought, Carrington made a good point about how, did we know it was coming with the emotional press conferences? And then obviously as the news day goes through, we hear Cody and Gold on the airways as well from 10 to 2. And they kind of brought that up too. And then you watch yesterday, it kind of felt like that final cry.
Yeah.
You've been to a funeral, you find out what happens. And then all of a sudden, when you get there and see it and you're in the room, it's like a different, this is it, right? You never get to, at least in my expertise, I've never cried harder after the funerals happened. It's always been tears or whatever, all that sort of stuff. And, that press conference seemed kind of like a relief cry or a relief emotional press conference because there had been times that we had seen, and somebody brought this up on the text line after the Utah game, he seemed a little bit more emotional than maybe one should be. This isn't like Dick Vermeil emotional where he's just proud of his kids doing all the stuff on the football field. This was man, I'm just, I'd imagine one day if you hang it up the last week of your shows, every time that sign off happens, it'll be 5 more. 4 more, 3 more, and everyone will be more and more and more. And then the final one would be here it is. This is it. And I think there was conversation this happening because this is exactly what college football is nowadays. It is, you've got to get your guy before the next guy gets swooped up because of how the transfer is, how the open window is, how coaches carousel their way through college football, as we saw with Lane Kiffin. Obviously, Colin Klein, not on that level as Lane Kiffin yet. But again, to me, this is how, in my opinion, in my heart of hearts, I think this is how it shaped out. I think there were a lot of talks about Colin Klein being the next head coach of a major university, right? And there was a lot of people in Kansas State that were like, if we let this kid go, who's still young, 36, 37 years old,
young.
If he's going to go somewhere and be successful, God forbid it be Oklahoma State, right?
That was the thing. If it was UCLA or somebody, maybe it's different.
Yeah.
But that's right there in your backyard.
And it's we're not going to let this guy go. And here's the deal. Coach Kleiman, it's been fun. It's been great. You did a great job. If you retire, we'll give you X dollar to just call it a day. Because if he gets fired, he gets the full buyout. We know how that kind of stuff works. Because he was signed until 2032.
Which tells you, like, if he's going to, quote, retire, they took care of him at Kansas State.
And I think this is one of those things where they said to themselves, this is what this is what the fan base wants. This is what, because I had a buddy of mine, Jeffrey, yesterday, talking to him, diehard K-State alum, everything, right? Went there, has all that, bleeds purple and silver EMAW tattoo on his back. Kidding. Spelled wrong. Kidding as well. But no, shout out Russillo. And the thing is that, the narrative that I got from Kleinman was he wasn't necessarily hated. It was just like, kind of like in Pittsburgh, we're in purgatory. We're there. They were Big 12 favorites. It didn't work out that well, right? Like Avery Johnson's brothers were fighting people in Ireland. It went sour in the first game of the season. And then it was kind of like the writing on the wall. It's like 2 years ago when ETN fumbled. You're like, watch Jacksonville.
Yep.
And they just never really got over that hiccup. And I think that when you look at this situation, we are prisoner of the moment in college sports, and you don't want to see that guy go. You think of recruitment, you think of NIL, you think of players that might come in here. Plus, you think of what you have at quarterback in Avery Johnson. And it wasn't working out with Kleinman. And maybe it works out with Colin Klein. I don't know. But this kind of seems like a nice, forceful way out to be like, hey, you did great for us. You got us back to where we wanted to be. But that's where we've always been. In a day and age of college sports, we think we can take the next level up, and we're going to go with youth, and we're going to go with popularity, and I think that's what they did.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. And that's why I don't believe this was a Gene Taylor decision at all. Gene Taylor had to execute the decision, but this decision was made by the money people who went to him and said, this is what you're going to do. That's why you saw Gene Taylor so emotional, and I also think because they're family friends. I mean, they've known each other since they worked together at North Dakota State. They're two peas in a pod, and so that's his friend. That's why I know this wasn't a Gene Taylor decision. This came from above, and they said, look, this is what we're going to do. And then Gene Taylor said, fine, if you want me to go through with this, then you're going to pay this man until 2032. We're going to pay out his entire contract and then go get the young guy. And I say that because Gene Taylor said yesterday, he goes, this is the state of college sports that we're in right now, and it sucks. And he's leaving because of the way college sports is. And Chris Kleinman is a nice name. He's not the biggest name, obviously, in college sports, but we're losing them as well. The Nick Sabans, the Roy Williams, the Mike Krzyzewskis, all of these big-time coaches that you used to see out there are gone now because they don't want to deal with what college sports is right now, and that's being beholden to the booster guy, to the crumble cookie guy, or to the guy who struck oil in Texas, or to the guy who's selling insurance in Kansas, or whatever the guys
Daniel Plainfield?
Yeah, right, who made the money and all that kind of stuff. They're calling the shots. Like the crumble cookie guys legitimately called the shots in college football this week. He literally changed the landscape of college football this week because he made some really good cookies and had the money to keep his guy at BYU and change the whole landscape of college football. That's where it is right now. And I wouldn't be surprised to see Gene Taylor say, I'm out of this too, man. Like, what's going on here? Are we running a college football program or are we running a business? And the answer is you're running a business. And if you don't understand that now in college sports, then it is best to get out. It's no longer about your results on the field and all that kind of stuff. It's if the money dries up and the boosters stop paying and they don't want you there anymore, you're gone. And we saw that happen in Manhattan, Kansas. And it sucks for Chris Kleinman, but I understand where we are right now in this sport.
Yeah, and there's a lot of people that are saying, well, what if Colin Klein doesn't go to K-State? Well, I don't think this happens if he doesn't have some sort of, and it's, because it is an interesting time, right? Like the signing day happens, and we had Drew Nixon on yesterday, did a really good job. 249-mile podcast as well, if you want to check that out. But again, you can always, decommit. Obviously, it's not as long, it's not as tough as you think it may be. But I think this is one of those things where like they kind of know what's going to happen. They just got to do the right order of how it goes. Like Kleinman's a great guy. He's a class act.
Yeah.
He handled this well, even if there is some sort of different story that we're not being told yet that we will be told eventually. He did it with class. He did it with brass, and he went out of there and he did his thing.
He was
did
great
exactly
yesterday.
What he wanted. Now, I'm sure the money was nice. I'm not here to say that. We all can kind of put everything together and build the puzzle. But I don't think this happens if they don't know what's coming, right? You don't. Most of the time, if you quit your job, you probably have another job lined up in the next couple of weeks where you're like, F this place, I don't want to be here. That's why I went and got another job anyway. You know what? I'm at my limit. You guys can figure out the next week. It happens a lot in the restaurant industry, if you want to believe that or not. But again, I think that this is kind of one of those things where, people stopped believing in what Kleinman was producing. And that's not a shot at his character. It's just like I said yesterday, you get to a level eventually in life where you can't compete anymore.
Let me ask you this, though. Did they get tired of him, or did they see the hot chick at the other side of the bar and went, ooh, I can do better?
I think it's both.
Yeah.
I think it's both because, obviously 2032, you're committed to a long-term relationship, but things change and names pop in and attitudes change, and you see the production on the field, and what was the prediction of what they could have been was not what they wanted to be. And we had the Giannis audio earlier, was a season of failure. I think K-State athletic department would tell you 100% it is.
Yeah.
We are, going to a bowl game, but we should have been playing for so much more. And what we wanted to be is what Texas Tech is. And what Texas Tech is, well, by God, they got a lot of donor money. They became this team in the Big 12 now that's something we've got to get to. And maybe that getting to that is, well, if we listen to our donors and we listen to our people and our fan base and we put the guy in there that's the hot guy, that's going to create stuff. And then we can start to unfold what could be a better version of K-State, because I would say K-State as a football team in the Big 12 has been a blue blood. You know who they are.
Yeah.
You know what they do. They're always better than most teams in the Big 12. I'm not saying the Big 12 is a dominant conference, but they were picked to win it this year, and they're not there. And that's where movement changes. And then all of a sudden you think, if we miss on this home run hire, then what's going to happen next?
Well, you mentioned, a little bit ago, you hope that plan is in place to hire Colin Klein, because if you fired your coach, you better be ready to go. Ask Penn State about that.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Penn State about having their coach ready to go and firing the right coach and not having a plan in place to make sure that you have somebody to come in. So if Colin Klein isn't hired by Kansas State, then I believe something has gone severely wrong, and maybe we'll look back and go, maybe they shouldn't have fired or let go or retired, however we're phrasing it, Chris Kleiman over there at K-State. They better land Colin Klein as their new head coach.
We'll get back to the Kansas City Chiefs, and we'll talk to Nate Taylor on the other side as well here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
This is Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Royals baseball. 96.5 The Fan, brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, fans, football season is in full swing, and however you like to get in on the action, you can do it on Underdog right now in Missouri. This season, you can make team picks and player picks. Just download the app, sign up, and you'll get $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Using Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite team will win or if your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Plus, with Underdog's ultra-fast payouts, you can get your profits in a snap. So download the app today and use promo code BOB to score $100 in bonus entries when you make your first $5 fantasy entry. Player picks, team picks, all on Underdog. Crypto.com predictions powered by Underdog Predict. Trading derivatives involve risk and may not be appropriate for all. For more information, visit www.nadex.com/rules and underdogfantasy.com/rules. For Crypto.com predictions, the term pick refers to product traded on CDNA. Must be 18 and over and present in Missouri. Terms apply. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit www.ncpgambling.org.
You've got a big day, so you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness, so you can smell unstoppable.
Hey, it's Brian Baldwin here. At the Home Depot, Makita tools are built for the pros who show up early, who don't do shortcuts, only precise cuts, who know the job's only done when it's done right. With tools built to last, job after job, year after year, performance that pays off. When the job calls for the best, call on Makita. Built to be the best, available at the Home Depot. How pros get more done.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The holidays are back at Starbucks, so share the season with a peppermint mocha. Starbucks signature espresso, velvety mocha, and cool peppermint notes, topped with whipped cream and dark chocolate curls. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
Men, we hear it all the time. A man comes in to get his erectile dysfunction treated, and very soon thereafter, he tells us that his relationship is renewed. This is Jeff for Heartland Men's Health, and you should know that ED doesn't just affect you, it also often affects your partner. They can feel undesired, unwanted, they may even feel like you don't love them anymore. At Heartland Men's Health, we've successfully treated thousands of men for ED with protocols that have success rates as high as 90%. Which means if you're like most men, we can get you back to the guy you used to be. You could even last up to an hour or more and find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us today and give your partner the gift of renewed love. Your first visit is only $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in our office, your visit is free. Call 844-447-6600. That's 844-447-6600 or go to heartlandmenshealth.com. That's heartlandmenshealth.com. We have 3 offices: Overland Park, Independence, and North Kansas City.
The holidays are here, and so's the newest Academy Sports and Outdoors, right in your neighborhood. Score kids ride-ons that say, my 8-year-old's truck is nicer than mine. Grills and smokers that say, there is no wrong way to cook a turkey. And new Nike fleece hoodies that say, I keep it chill no matter the temp. Academy has all the legendary Christmas gifts your family wants at undefeatable prices, because here, fun can't lose. Win Christmas at your new Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Hey, it's Joshua Briscoe. Join me live at Harrah's, Kansas City this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and celebrate the recent Caesars Sportsbook launch in Missouri and meet former Chiefs running back Christian Okoye. Bet the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and use promo code RADIOMO. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Heading towards downtown, 169 highway southbound, gets heavy past the airport exit, stays off and get on again, slow onto 35 southbound, which is sluggish towards Penway. Kansas side, 69 highway northbound, heavy past 179th Street, moves better up past 167th. Accident. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
We'll get to Nate Taylor in 5 minutes of ESPN, your Chiefs beat writer of the Four Letter Network. Nate Taylor, coming off of the Thanksgiving game. He's had a little mini bye as well, so we'll get to that as well. So let's dive into this one before we get to Nate Taylor, because we've talked about it earlier. Like, what team are you going to see on Sunday? Are you going to see the team that you've seen all year? Are you going to see a team that's had to stare itself in the face with adversity and say, if we don't win, it's going to be a quick season?
Yep. I think we're going to see the one that we've seen all season long. Until I see evidence otherwise, it's hard for me to say, yeah, we're going to see this Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid offensive juggernaut that we've come used to seeing, or this defensive juggernaut. Like, if they're going to change the way that they play, well, then here's what has to happen, okay? They need to go under center. They need to run the football. They need to not expose their offensive tackles who are backups. They need to get pressure on the quarterback with the front four and not have to blitz on every single play. They need to be proficient on special teams and not make mistakes. I don't know if this version of this organization right now, this 2025 version, is capable of doing all of that stuff. We haven't seen it all year. They've had untimely turnovers. They've had bad plays defensively. They've not been able to rush. Like, all of a sudden in week 14, 4 guys are not going to be able to start rushing the passer, are they? Like, I mean, where's that been for the first 13?
Well, they got to clean some things up.
Yeah, but I hate that line. That's just that's a cliche throwaway line to try to move on to the next thing. Every coach says it. You hear it every week in the NFL.
Is that worse than things will work themselves out?
That's terrible too.
That's Josh Allen's example of the offense in Buffalo. Things will work themselves out. It's week 14.
Yeah, and see, that's the answer. When people continue to say we're this close, it's week 14. If you were this close, you would have hit that in week 3. And so it's just, to me, the problems are still problems with this team. The front four not being able to get pressure, the offensive line now being banged up, and what's the word that I'm looking for? The want to that is not there to run the football.
Desire
to run the football, because it's not inability to run the football. It's desire to run the football. And I think that goes to Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes and untimely turnovers.
It's not on Patrick Mahomes. I just don't know how that's on Patrick Mahomes. That's on Andy Reid. Run the football. That's on you. You're the play caller. Run the football.
Well, when you do an RPO, and
okay,
you're saying,
great. Don't do RPO.
Well, I agree with that, because you can't trust Patrick Mahomes to
I
run
don't
the
think
football.
that's true either. I think you have to do the R to do the RPO. If you're not doing runs, then you can't do RPOs. You have to do the first part.
You do, but
that's
Patrick,
on Andy Reid.
But you've got to call that run because you can't trust your quarterback in an RPO situation.
But you can't trust him because of the defense, Bob, not because of Mahomes. The defense you can't trust because they're not going after the R. That's on Andy Reid.
No, that's what we're arguing the same thing here.
I think we are. I don't know.
Andy Reid needs to call
you
strictly runs. Andy Reid needs to call strict run plays. He can't give his quarterback the option to do run or pass, because the quarterback is not taking the run option ever. He's going with the P option. So you have to tell him as a child, you're no longer getting cake until you clean your room. And then when they start running the football effectively, then we can give you those RPOs back, because the quarterback is taking the R and throwing that out with the trash and just focusing on the P option of this one.
I agree.
So that's why the coach has to say, we're running power dives up the middle, and there's no P option. It is a run play.
My extension only to that, my only edit to that would be that should always be the case. You always need those HB dives. You always need those pure runs to have an RPO to make it work. That's how it happened. That's how it was birthed.
What happened to the halfback counter?
Yeah, we don't see that anymore.
That was the GOAT of Madden.
Yeah, Binkley's up there going, man, I tell you what, let me tell you about the halfback counter. Yeah.
The only thing this team's proven that they can change is penalties on a one-game situation. They can clean it up for one game. They've proven that this season. Twice. One game, and then it's back.
And that was a Detroit game. They didn't have any penalties. Right. Is that what it was? What about this being at home? We know that's a different team at home.
Yeah, they are. But, I mean, are they going to...
Do you still give Arrowhead the advantage?
Yeah, you'd like to. Sure, absolutely. But they've got to go out there and take advantage of that. Like, Arrowhead can only do so much. The crowd can only be, such a factor in these games. The players have to go out there and play. And, again, the defensive line not being able to get home on rushing 4 is a major detriment to everything that you want to do on defense. It's essentially, the same thing that we're talking about offensively, Dusty. Is like, you're not going to run the ball, so you've become a one-dimensional offense. Well, you can't get home with 4 guys rushing the passer. Correct. You've essentially become a one-dimensional defense. And so that tells me some of it is play calling, obviously, from an offensive standpoint, but a defensive standpoint, a lot of it's probably a personnel standpoint, and they really need to do a better job evaluating that position this offseason.
Can't think of anybody else to ask other than Nate Taylor.
He's the only man in history to win a race in a hot dog costume and break national NFL news.
It's baby Lassie.
Here's Nate Taylor from ESPN with Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
You better believe it. ESPN's own Nate Taylor. Everything Chiefs. Nate, I got to ask, the offensive line, is it really Wanye at left tackle over Jalen Moore?
Oh, man. Okay, we're going to start here.
Mm-hmm.
My theory is this, right? And, again, we may get more clarification. Hopefully we get a better answer from Matt Nagy later today. But, my theory is this has to be a smokescreen, right? Because technically you did put it on tape because the game did not go the way you anticipated in Dallas, right? Hey, if Jawan Taylor gets hurt at halftime or he can't go in the second half, okay, well, the answer is, hey, you have to play Jalen Moore. He is your next guy up. Okay, totally makes sense. There goes Josh Simmons' wrist. So, all right, well, we don't have, we have Wanye Morris. We could do that. but I think it's a philosophical question about what Andy Heck and Andy Reid want from their backup tackles, where it's, hey, if you're on the field already, we don't necessarily want to switch positions in the middle of the game based on, practice reps and all the things that happen, leading up to the game. By the way, they only had one practice from, beating the Colts to playing the Cowboys on Thanksgiving Day. All right, well, let me just put that out there in a press conference so that maybe the Houston Texans will, treat it with, validity. But, I understand why fans are, up in arms about the possibility of Wanya Morris at left tackle when we've actually seen him play pretty well at right tackle on occasion, especially during his rookie season. Last year was a little bit chaotic because once things didn't work out with Kingsley Suamataia, they really didn't have a left tackle outside of Wanya Morris. But this season you do. You signed Jalen Moore to potentially be the starting left tackle. We all know what happened at the draft with Josh Simmons essentially falling to their lap. But yeah, that's my only theory, guys, is that hey, let's lie to the Houston Texans and then let's actually practice the way I think most people should. It's been really fun to watch. Even former players like Mitchell Schwartz kind of lose their mind over the idea that Wanya Morris is at left tackle and Jalen Moore is at right tackle.
Well, I mean, I just don't understand how you do that to your quarterback who literally lost his mind on Wanya Morris a year ago at this time.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, one of the best things about last season, in the midst of them going 15-1, is Patrick Mahomes screaming. If people don't remember this is on Black Friday. This is against the Raiders. This isn't even Max Crosby, right? Because I think Max Crosby was mostly lining up against Jawan Taylor that day. But Patrick Mahomes literally screaming at Andy Reid and Matt Nagy, essentially saying, "Get him off the field, guys." That's when they went to Joe Thuney and they never looked back. And Wanya Morris was essentially, a backup player from that point. So, I mean, look, is Wanya Morris healthy? Sure. Has he been in the system? Yeah. Does he have the tools to be, a capable backup? Of course. But does that mean he's going to do that and play that well on a down-to-down basis with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson lurking? Yeah, you can't do this, man. Unless you're going to have a tight end dedicated to the left side of the formation. And I actually thought about this yesterday. Okay, maybe you have more tight ends on the field, right? Well, does that mean, Noah Gray's back? Obviously, he had the concussion a couple games ago. He missed the Cowboys game. Okay, fine. I guess you could do chip help, but that's why Josh Simmons is perhaps done for the season because he fractured his wrist with some friendly fire from Kareem Hunt. We've actually seen Jalen Moore, and I know this must also drive fans nuts too. We've seen Jalen Moore do really well against Aiden Hutchinson. Yeah. Hey, man, that's either Danielle Hunter or Will Anderson. And by the way, they have better pass rush production than the entire defensive line of your Kansas City Chiefs. So I have to believe that Andy Reid was lying to us, and I guess we'll see if Matt Nagy continues that lie today.
Yeah, I mean, it just doesn't make any sense at any level to do something like that because the job as a head coach is to put your team in the best possible position to be successful. And in my opinion, and clearly based on the reaction of Patrick a year ago, Wanya Morris at left tackle is not putting your team in the best possible position to be successful.
Oh, and by the way, guys, this is essentially a play-in / playoff game. This isn't, hey, this is October. We're just experimenting. Hey, we just need to get through this game, so Josh can come back or whoever, in the lineup. No, man, this is the playoffs. This is the most desperate you need to behave to try to keep your season going. So, I don't understand it. I know some people have said another theory is well, hey, if Jawan Taylor's not going to be available on Sunday, well, is it time to start seeing, Jalen Moore at the right tackle position? Because with Josh Simmons and how well he has played before the injury, that is the logical destination for Jalen Moore in 2026. Well, it's not 2026, guys. It's still 2025. What are you doing?
Nate, I want to bring yeah, go ahead.
We know he can play right tackle. You saw it in the preseason. It's fine. But, we don't need to be doing auditions when, again, your season is literally on the brink.
Nate, I think Mac and I tallied it up against the Colts. The Chiefs ran the ball under center. I think it was 12 times. I might have missed one or given one too many. If I set the over-under at 10.5 this week against the Houston Texans of runs under center, where would you go with that?
Knowing this group, I would still go under. I mean, if it was me, we would do that. You know, we do a modified version of what Herm Edwards used to do when he had Damon Heward as his quarterback. Think about how far the Chiefs have come, where he's just like, hey, man, it's run. Tell me what the down and distance is on third down. And I guess we'll pass if we need to pass. But, you know, in terms of managing the clock, of not exposing your quarterback given your limitations from pass protection due to injuries, and just the statistics. I know Andy Reid said earlier this week, like, yes, guys, we have the stats. And I'm like, well, Coach, like, one of the best stats is you guys are actually pretty productive under center because, you know, your linemen are pretty good at run blocking when given the opportunity against light boxes, right? So you're not even – it's not like any defense is going to, like, put 8 guys in the box against you. So you're always going to have inherently a numbers advantage if you guys just execute well. I would love to say over, but I just think they'll do it, you know, here and there kind of sparingly to say they did it. But, man, I don't know if I have faith, right? I think I have more faith in the Chiefs trying to be capable on the quick game to keep the ball in their quarterback's hands but not expose him. But again, as I was saying to like Logan yesterday during the press conferences, hey man, that quick game better be real quick if you're going to have Wanya Morris at left tackle and Jalen Moore at right tackle. And look, Mike Caliendo, you know, there's still tape of him. So teams are starting to figure out how to, you know, attack him as a backup right guard. Yeah, I just think they're going to do – I think the Chiefs are going to do a lot of, you know, behind the line of scrimmage passes, maybe have a reverse or some jet sweeps involved to put the defensive ends in conflict. But also, I just think you're going to be in shotgun and just say, hey, Patrick, find the one-on-one matchup you want against man or the quick answer against zone, whether that's Rashee Rice or Travis Kelce. I just don't think this team is – I don't have faith that this team is going to change its philosophical profile again, like you guys were saying earlier, in Week 14.
Yeah, that's where I am, and I can sense a little bit from you, maybe a little frustration. You did use the term "this group is going to change," like you're laughing to yourself. Like, do we really think in Week 14 they're going to change who they are? And for me, the answer is no. And that's why I think right now it's hard for me to say that they can go out there and beat the Houston Texans and make a run to the postseason, because if they stay the way that they've been all year, well, then they're not going to make it into the postseason.
We're asking this team to win 5 games without their best left tackle for the next 4 games, right? We're asking this team to win 5 straight games when the defense has struggled to get off the field, in particular on gotta-have-it moments on third down in the second half. If you look at what my colleague Dan Orlovsky has done over the last 2 days, it's essentially be like, hey, it's not a scheme thing, it's more of a personnel thing with the Chiefs defense. And so do they have the horses to get off the field on third down, even though you are getting to third and long, right? We all know the issues on pass rush. All of a sudden, I mean, George Karlaftis, man, you better play like your hair's on fire on Sunday to provide support for Chris Jones. Look, we're asking a lot. In this one particular game, if you know, people are asking, well, Nate, give me a glimmer of hope against the Houston Texans, I have a thought that this team, especially on offense, got a little bit like we want to just do the cool stuff. I actually talked to Spectre about this. Hey, man, we just want to do all the cool stuff. We want to just throw it deep. We want to do this. We want to do that. We want to do all the innovative stuff. Huh? What do you mean? What? Do the basics? Huh? They actually were really good at this last year when they were forced to do it because they didn't have a receiver. Worse than damn. They had Kareem Hunt as their leading rusher, and they were trying to three-peat. So actually, the coaching staff did a lot better when they were restricted. Hey, we don't have a left tackle. Well, how can we manage the offense? The offense was actually pretty good last year based on the restrictions that they had from a player standpoint. And my hope is, hey, you watch practice this week. You know you're limited at left tackle, or you know you're limited in certain areas of the game plan. So that actually is going to restrict you to do the wise thing, which is actually coach appropriately to the talent that you have. I thought Andy did a masterful job last year when, again, they played the New Orleans Saints with Juju Smith-Schuster as their best receiver, and they actually went up and down the field. So, hey, they played Myles Garrett last year with Joe Tootie at left tackle, and they found ways to be creative and productive and move the ball down the field and execute in the red zone to give themselves an advantage. So there are tapes of this, right? They played the Steelers on Christmas Day, and, T.J. Watt did not wreck the game. What you're asking is this team to do the similar thing this time where, hey, you cannot let Will Anderson wreck this game because what I just saw what the Texans did to the Colts was darn near criminal because you need Mahomes to stay upright. So move the pocket, rollouts, make it boots, play action passes. Give the defensive end something to think about instead of just, hey, I can just pin my ears back and I can go to the quarterback.
Nate, Mahomes, right? I know there's been a lot of adversity in this season, but there's a lot of people, especially on the program that you're with ESPN, that say until there's an elimination next to that name, the Kansas City Chiefs, I'm not doubting this team because of who 15 is. Third in the NFL in passing yards, fifth in touchdowns. He is putting together quite the season, but it kind of goes under the radar with all the drama that has been going on in Kansas City.
Yeah. Guys, don't criticize the quarterback. It's not the quarterback's fault. It really isn't. He did miracles on Thanksgiving. All right. I just want people to recognize.
Stop throwing interceptions at inopportune times, bro.
There he is.
You can give me all the stats you want. It's the interceptions at the inappropriate times that drive me nuts.
Well, there's only one this year, Bob.
Two.
There's only one.
I got Denver and I got Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's bad. Jacksonville's the worst. I actually don't put a ton of him on Denver. He knows he can't make that throw, right? The problem is Jawan Taylor put them behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
And because they were in 3rd and 15 in the red zone and because the offense was terrible in the first half because mostly play calling, decision making, and all that jazz. They put their quarterback in a place where he said, "Oh, I have to be Superman," and it's like, no. You can just take the 3 points and move on. But look, everybody throws interceptions in the league. He's actually thrown less than most. I know Matthew Stafford just had his first game where it looked like, not great. Where he had some red zone interceptions too. I still think Matthew Stafford's like the leading MVP candidate, but like you measure him and Patrick Mahomes, they're wildly similar. I know I love Jeff Saturday. What are you talking about? Sorry. like, are you watching the games? Because I guess the two factors for Patrick Mahomes this season that are negative is, yes, you threw a pick six that essentially changed the complexion of the game in Jacksonville.
And season.
While also leading the team to a game-winning drive in the fourth quarter that was upended by, Trevor Lawrence falling down and getting back up and still scoring. The Denver game is interesting because he threw the interception, terrible decision. Chiefs defense couldn't get off the field. But, hey, 4 minutes left. You have the ball. Yeah. Go win us the game. 3 and out. Not great. So outside of those two games, I still think he's playing at a very, very high level. And the reason why people think Patrick isn't having as good of a season as he is because he does not have the ball last, Bob. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I am playing out of my mind on opening night in Sao Paulo. Hey, just go give me the ball. Go give me the ball. Nope. Okay. Well, hey, you know what, Travis? I should have a touchdown instead of an interception, whatever. You know what? All I got to do is get off the field against Jalen Hurts. Get off the field. Get off. Nope, not going to get the ball. Nope. Okay. Well, hey, I just did an amazing job getting away from Quentin Williams, and I scrambled, and I found, Xavier Worthy, and then on fourth down, I found Rashee Rice, and we scored a touchdown, and hey, we're right back in it, boys. We're only down 3. All I got to do is give me the ball back. Give me the ball back. No ball. No. They're just going to run out the clock. It's, too often the Chiefs defense has not done what its one job is,
right.
is to give the ball back to Patrick Mahomes in a one-score game, in a late-game situation, because that's what they did last year. And often last year, Patrick Mahomes did an excellent job of managing the game in the fourth quarter So I just think people forget, you don't have to necessarily look at the stats, but at the same time, he does not have the moments that we have become accustomed to because the Chiefs defense cannot get off the field when the game is there to be had.
And that being said, though, that means then you have to change what you're doing. You have to play that complementary football if you're Patrick Mahomes, and you can't continue to be Superman. Because we've known now for a while this defense can't get off the field. The league knows 3rd and long, cover 0 blitz, here it comes, complete first down. Like, everybody knows what's happening right now. And so knowing all of those things, man, like, for Patrick Mahomes, I'm going to put a little bit more pressure. You're the arguably one of the greatest of all time, if not the greatest of all time. You have to make the plays within the game that are conducive to the way that the game flow is going. And if your defense isn't going to get off the field and give you that opportunity to get the ball back, then you have to play a little bit closer to the vest, and you can't take those chances because this isn't an offense that can score on a dime or a defense that can get off the field. And so that's why I have a little kind of, blame towards the quarterback, because he has to understand that where we are in the course of the game or in the course of the season is different than where they've been before. And knowing that the defense is going to get you the ball back because they've done it in the past, that's not the case in the future right now. And so you have to play a little bit differently and can't take those chances because of the dynamic of this team.
But Bob, I think that is why he's taking more chances, is because I think he's recognized it a lot faster than Andy Reid. And again, Patrick really didn't do anything super bad Thursday against the Denver Broncos. Against the Dallas Cowboys. I just want to remind people, like, it's 4th and 4 from the 44. Like, just keep Patrick on the field. Hey, Patrick delivers a beautiful ball to Rasheed Rice, who drops it. Like, those are the two reasons why the Chiefs got down 10 points outside of their defense, where the offense had a chance to control things or to keep the game going a certain way. To your point, Bob, but I think Patrick has started to recognize, ooh, buddy, all right, I don't have my left tackle. I don't have my right tackle. Okay, I got to go into creation, Superman, do all these wonderful things. I think Patrick also realizes, too, hey, against top-flight defenses, and this is going to be where I think you and I agree about this particular matchup, this Houston Texans defense is just as good as the Denver Broncos. So the last time we saw you play a defense this well, you got so annoyed, so frustrated that you just said, you know what? I haven't thrown a ball to Elijah Mitchell all year. I'm gonna make it work anyway. And we're like, no, don't do that.
Right?
No. So, will you have learned from that experience to where you say, okay, points is at a premium today. This game is going to be played likely in the 20s, right? You're not going to, I don't think C.J. Stroud's going to go up and down the field the same way Dak Prescott did. It's going to be cold, right? We're going back to more real football, playoff atmosphere. We all understand that. So I tend to agree that the quarterback has to manage the game well, and we all know he's talented enough to do that. But I also understand, too, that, like, he's starting to feel the pressure now of, I cannot give the ball back to the other quarterback if he's playing well and capable today. And also, man, we might not have the defense to do it, which means I cannot, I cannot hold the ball and just wait for the next possession. Because the next possession, I might be down more than I was on this previous one, which sort of squeezes the quarterback into making maybe not as great decision-making. Again, you look at the stats, you look at the way he's played on a down-to-down basis. He's been, by the way, excellent on 4th down this season, which is why it has to be, again, aggravating for Chiefs fans to realize that, like, again, Andy Reid trusted his defense against the Cowboys more than he trusted his own quarterback, again, on 4th and 4 from the 44-yard line, which is one of the most cowardly punts all season, again, in a game where we all thought you had to have. So, Mahomes is going to have to use his legs, I think, a little bit more often against the Texans on Sunday, and he's going to have to manage the game and not force things, but still be capable enough on occasion to do that Superman stuff, because I think is what's going to be required, given the fact that we, again, do not technically know who his left tackle is, although we know it's a real possibility it could be Wanya Morris.
That is Nate Taylor of ESPN. Nate, keep doing the Lord's work. Have a good time. Use your Richard Beaters to give us a really powerful story this week. And then yes or no, do you have your tonsils?
Yes, I have my tonsils. And yes, these man beaters are made to type, guys.
Let's go.
So you don't have to worry about me when it comes to being professional.
Are you going to ask Andy what the guys meant by that? Because if you don't, Florio will come after you.
Right. Yeah. Like, guys, let's not misconstrue things. All right. There's a lot of sexual innuendos between football coaches of this era and like the 1820s. It's just a way of life, and I enjoy it immensely.
We enjoy you the same, Nate. Take care.
Thanks, Nate.
Thank you, guys.
There has been a broadcast team announced. It will be in college basketball, and we'll give you our dream team here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Creed Humphrey, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
I'll tell you what, my friends over at West Shore Home are going to make it easy for you this holiday to get your home looking awesome. And that's what we all want, right? Whether it's windows, whether it's new doors, whether it's your bathroom or a flooring project, my friends over at West Shore Home will make it easy to get all of those accomplished. And you're trying to think to yourself, if you need new windows, well, if you walk by the windows and you feel air coming in today, yeah, it's time for new windows. Or if you're looking at your floors, you're like, it's time to upgrade. I need some new floors. Well, West Shore Home is the answer for you. And if you've been putting off those projects, the team at West Shore Home is the perfect fit for you. They've helped hundreds of thousands of homeowners, and right now they're extending their Black Friday sale until this Saturday so you can get your project started and save big. Free installation on all projects, plus lock in an extra $500 off when you schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan. That's westshorehome.com/fan. Don't miss out with West Shore Home.
Hey guys, it's Dusty Likens. Let me tell you about my friends over at GiveMeTheVin.com, because I'm sure you've got a car that you're trying to get rid of. Well, I can tell you how to do it easily with GiveMeTheVin.com, because they want to buy your car, whether it is your daily driver pickup truck, SUV, minivan, supercar, or exotic. So say goodbye to dealing with all those dealerships and private sale tire kickers and get a true buy offer for your car. GiveMeTheVin.com puts your car right on the money, providing you with a hassle-free online option to sell your car for more. It's as simple as going to GiveMeTheVin.com and entering your car's VIN number or license plate number. You'll get an offer on your car in minutes. That is way above any dealer quote. You can go to one of their pickup locations, or they'll even come to you. It's as easy and it's fast. GiveMeTheVin.com is America's best car buyer. Hit it, boys.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
Doug.
Here we have the Limu Emu in its natural habitat, helping people customize their car insurance and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Fascinating. It's accompanied by his natural ally, Doug.
Limu, is that guy with the binoculars watching us?
Cut the camera. They see us.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Savings vary. Underwritten by Liberty Mutual Insurance Company and affiliates. Excludes Massachusetts.
With the first pick in the McDonald's breakfast draft, I'm going with a tasty sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich. Bold move, sweet, savory, totally stacked. But wait, that delicious sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich is still on the board. Lucky for me, McD lets you mix and match two for just $5. And right now, any size iced coffee is only $1.89. Breakfast at McDonald's. That's the real winning deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
This is the story of the one. As the purchasing manager at a manufacturing plant, she knows the only thing more important than having the right safety gear is having it there when you need it. That's why she partners with Grainger for auto reordering, so her team members can count on her to have cut-resistant gloves on hand, and each shift can run safely and efficiently. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where'd I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A., member FDIC.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte. Get festive with an iced gingerbread chai. Or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
This is the story of the one. As an HVAC technician, he and his digital multimeter are in high demand. So when a noisy office HVAC turns out to be a failing blower motor, he doesn't break a sweat. With Grainger's easy-to-use website and product information, he selects the product he needs to keep everything humming right along. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's the season to come together over your holiday favorites at Starbucks. Warm up with a creamy caramel brulee latte. Get festive with an iced gingerbread chai. Or share a velvety peppermint mocha. Together is the best place to be at Starbucks.
The world's largest sportsbook at your fingertips has arrived in Missouri. Circa Sports is sports betting the way it should be. With high app limits, player-friendly pricing, and exceptional customer service, Circa Sports is better for the better. From football to basketball, college sports to pro, start betting like the pros in Missouri. Built for sports bettors by sports bettors. Download your new bookie today at circasports.com. Must be 21 or older. For problem gambling, call the Problem Gamblers Helpline at 1-800-522-4700.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Northland 152 highway eastbound, very heavy with an accident before Congress Avenue. Delays building 2 around Amity, left lane blocked. And then K10 eastbound, very heavy from K7 out to Woodland with an accident in the left lane there. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Big announcement yesterday in the sports world as Dick Vitale and Charles Barkley to call the first 4 games together in the March Madness tournament.
I love it. It's the greatest combination you could possibly have.
Better than peanut butter and jelly?
Yeah, I think
Chocolate
so.
and peanut butter?
Maybe not, but it's close.
Broccoli and cheese?
Nah, I'm not into that one. So.
Bacon and eggs?
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah,
That's another good one.
Syrup and pancake?
Yeah, but you could
Smoking a waffle?
Yeah,
Bong and a blitz?
But no, I think it's a great combination. And what I love about it is when this TNT thing came in with college basketball about 10 years ago now. It's been a long time.
Nailed it.
They did. They have, but the Hardos were so mad.
Sure.
You know, I saw you roll your eyes there. I'm sure the camera did, because I'm the same way as you. The Hardo college basketball fan was so mad.
They're distracting us from the game.
Because nobody knows who these players are or care. And they showed us right then and there really where college basketball is. They've done a great job of basically saying none of this is relevant until the March Madness. And they were just like all of us as fans, that when March Madness starts, you start watching college basketball. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's normal human behavior to do that kind of stuff. But the Hardos were so mad. And I love Charles Barkley on anything that he does. He embraces who he is. They have fun with everything. And I think Dick Vitale is the most important figure in the history of college basketball. I will go on to my grave and I will say there's no more person more important to college basketball than Dick Vitale. I'll say the same thing about John Madden for the NFL. Both of those guys were the biggest voices for the sports when the sports needed cheerleaders, needed rah-rah people, needed people to make it big and to push it onto the scene. The NFL was always second tier behind baseball and even boxing at one point in time, right? And then John Madden came and he made it fun and interesting and engaging. And, the baseball strike happened, but Madden was still there and they propelled the NFL to that next level. Dick Vitale was a fired NBA coach from the Pistons that a fledgling network hired in 1980 to call a college basketball game when nobody was televising college basketball or even cared about college basketball. And Dick Vitale made the sport what it is today. And so the fact that you can pair him calling college basketball games with Charles Barkley, who's one of the great entertainers of all time, this is a major home run, and I love the fact that we're going to see this.
And opposites attract.
Absolutely, too,
right?
yeah.
I mean, that's kind of the best thing about marriages. I mean, your wife is an extreme extrovert, you are an extreme introvert.
Yeah,
Without
exactly.
each other, that combination doesn't really work.
Right.
So then we had to kind of pick back and forth, like what was to be the dream broadcast. I'd love to see Mitch Holtis and Marshawn Lynch. And that's not a shot at Danon Hughes, because Danon's great. Of
course.
But like, imagine Marshawn, laid back, goofy, and Mitch is just doing Mitch things like, from the nectar, he gargles it. What'd you say, bro?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that awkward pause. I'd also love to see Shane Gillis with Gus Johnson.
It's a perfect one.
And then Kevin Harlan and Kevin Hart. I think that'd be great, too.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart would be perfect in the booth.
Oh,
That'd
yeah.
be awesome.
See, I got Josh Klingler and John Rothstein as a.
That's a John Klinger. Yeah.
Kling and Rothstein. See if he kills him by the time the broadcast is over. That's where I would go on that. Anything with Kevin Harlan would be good, though. Kevin Harlan could just sit here and call the weather outside. Oh, my God, there's smoke coming up the side of the building from the generator downstairs. It's passing level 2. It's passing level 3. And you're like, oh, my God, this is the greatest thing ever.
The man on Metcalf is drunk.
Yeah.
He didn't use his turn signal.
Look at all the boomers in the parking lot.
I thought you were doing sports broadcast, not traffic. I'm doing both.
Yeah, I'm doing both. Yeah, like Kevin is just the best. There's nobody better.
Mac, you got a combo you'd like to see?
Yeah, I was trying to find Bob's audio of him doing Kevin Harlan calling the Masters, where he goes, "Oh my, what a putt!" And I couldn't find it. Kevin Harlan and Anthony Jeselnik. I don't know. He said opposites attract. Yeah. You got that cynic, that dry Jeselnik, and then obviously Harlan just being Harlan. So that was one that I thought of as well.
That is a good one. I always, back in the day, not anymore, I always thought Justin Timberlake would have been the perfect hire for Monday Night Football, and people thought I was nuts 15 years ago. He's entertainment. This is what we want in sports, right?
He'd be great.
It's not about X's and O's. Like the hard-O's, I hate to tell it to you, it's not about you. It's about bringing everybody on board and entertaining the masses. If you don't think every MFer out there is not going to watch Dick Vitale and Charles Barkley on a game together, now who's the play-by-play guy? Have they announced that yet?
God, throw Ernie in there.
Oh, who would be the perfect play-by-play guy? Because you know who it would be? It would either be Ian Eagle or Kevin Harlan.
There you go.
That's it. Ian or Kevin would be the perfect.
Kevin.
Because Kevin understands how to let his analysts do their thing, and he's got a sense of humor. Like, he's cool, too. I guarantee you Kevin Harlan knows 6'7", right? A lot of the other guys probably don't. But, like Kevin gets pop culture. I think he'd be perfect with those guys.
Speaking of Dick Vitale, you said he, renovated the game of basketball. He also created one of the greatest snacks in my childhood, the Dipsy Doo Dunkaroos.
Yeah, that's right.
Fantastic snack. Coming up on the other side, the Week 14 Slate Plus, a number that you can't hide from and what it means for the future of holiday games here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City Sports.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Chris Jones, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, here we go, folks. It is the holiday season, and you're thinking to yourself, man, I've got a lot of aches and pains. I hope my holiday isn't ruined by my joint pain in my knees or my elbow or my back. Well, if you're suffering from that pain, it's time to listen up and talk to my friends over at QC Kinetics, because 2026 could change when your body remembers how to heal. It just needs a little help finding the way back. And relief doesn't have to come from surgery or pain pills. They use your body's own natural healing abilities and repair and restore what's been lost, helping you move, live, and feel like yourself again. It's your body's comeback story powered by the very cells that built you in the first place. No surgery, no pain pills, no long recovery, just your body remembering how to feel alive again. And QC Kinetics delivers long-term relief where the pain stops defining you. So take that first step, literally, with QC Kinetics, because healing is within reach. Schedule your free consultation today. And now's a great time to use your HSA and FSA for treatments. Call 816-412-6299. That's 816-412-6299. Off 435 in State Line and in Gladstone, it's QC Kinetics.
As you've likely figured out, I can get pretty fired up. Whether it's lab diamond ripoffs, bogus sales and financing offers, or paint-by-number jewelry sold as custom, I'm pretty passionate about protecting my client family from predatory jewelers. This is Gene at House of Diamonds, and when I say client family, I really do mean family. At House of Diamonds, we have clients who have watched our kids grow from diapers to dormitories. My family and I are personally in the store every day. We go to school and church here. Our kids play sports here. We look our clients in the eye, not in their bank accounts. Our relationships are based on trust and respect, not ad gimmicks and false promises. No fake custom jewelry. No bogus sales and financing offers. and absolutely no lab diamond ripoffs. Everything at House of Diamonds is real. Me, my family, our team, our passion, and hopefully soon you. House of Diamonds on the southeast corner of College and Quivira.
With the first pick in the McDonald's breakfast draft, I'm going with a tasty sausage, egg, and cheese McGriddle sandwich. Bold move, sweet, savory, totally stacked. But wait, that delicious sausage McMuffin with egg sandwich is still on the board. Lucky for me, McD lets you mix and match 2 for just $5. And right now, any size iced coffee is only $1.89. Breakfast at McDonald's. That's the real winning deal. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price.
This is Ari Azim, founder at Tax Hardship Center. Do you owe the IRS more than $25,000 in back taxes and can't afford to pay them back? I'm here to bring good news to the taxpayers who are struggling to pay their back taxes. Due to the financial hardship many are facing in the current economic downturn, the IRS has made it easier to settle back taxes through their hardship program called the Fresh Start Initiative. Qualifying for this program is the easiest way to get tax relief. At Tax Hardship Center, we're providing listeners with a free consultation and will let you know if you're a good candidate for the IRS Fresh Start Initiative. So for the listeners out there, call now, 800-299-5811. Let our team of experts at Tax Hardship Center help you see things clearly without poking the bear. We have live professionals ready for your call, 800-299-5811. 800-299-5811. That's 800-299-5811.
Car, truck, or motorcycle wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Paid for client portrayal and endorsement. Choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
After my car wreck, there was a lot I didn't know.
I do know. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call me. I've got this.
Mike's got this.
816-888-7500. Mike's got this.
Here's traffic, brought to you by DM Injury Law. Have you or a loved one been in a car wreck? Contact DM Injury Law today and get the money you deserve. Car wreck? Remember, Mike's got this.
Kansas side, K10 eastbound, very heavy, just crawling from K7 out to Woodland with an accident blocking the left lane. North Plan, 152 eastbound, heavy past Amity with an accident blocking the left lane. Alan Carr, 96.5 The Fan, traffic.
Be sure to follow us on Instagram at TheFan965 for behind-the-scenes videos like MVP Monday, Chiefs Take Tuesday, and Best Bets. This is your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan, KFNZ, FM and AM, HD1 and HD2, Kansas City, an Odyssey sports station.
Some people's text came in from the text line 913-586-7965 who they'd want to see in a broadcast booth. Somebody says, give me Al Michaels and Rex Hudler calling any game.
Oh, that would be fun.
That's fun.
Yeah.
Somebody says Tony Romo and Matt Rife.
Interesting.
Not a huge Matt Rife guy,
Me
but
either.
I'd like to know who's had more work done to their face. Matt Rife
Brady.
or Tony Romo.
Oh, he wasn't one of the... I'm sorry.
And then from the 314, someone says they'd like to see Dusty and Eric Stonestreet. Is that gonna go down on like my resume of radio? Is that now
should.
there?
Probably.
Okay.
We had another text too about this was more about football, but from the 913 about when we were talking about the left tackle situation.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
You guys ready for this?
Uh-huh.
From the 913.
Is this? Should I get ready for this? Okay. All right. Good. I just want to get ready.
Yeah, get ready.
With his
ready.
this is what I've heard.
Is what you've heard.
With his impersonation, you may be where Kelsey was when they were talking about Richard Beaters.
Okay, good.
Go ahead, Mac.
I have season tickets to the Chiefs.
Okay.
If they drop that effing Guy Morris out there at left tackle, I personally will walk the F out of that stadium at that point, and I'm not lying. I will get up and will leave, and I will run my mouth the whole time up the stairs and out of the stadium.
You know what? No one gives a rip. Good for you. Oh, my God. You know, Carl from 307 is leaving. Hold it. Hang on a second. Carl in 307 isn't standing for this. We can't do this.
Everybody stop.
I will run my mouth.
You will run your mouth. What
Up
are you
the stairs and out the stadium.
What are you going to say when you're running your mouth? Get bent. I mean, that's great. Yeah, that is great. I love the passion, but let's live in reality here. Nobody cares what we think.
I love the whole fact that
I'm a season ticket holder.
I love that
Got
line. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're a season ticket holder. So now you have what more? I mean, like, does it carry more weight? Because people do think that.
For sure.
And for years in sports radio, it's always been, I've got season ticket guy or I played guy. And I don't know which one is worse.
Yeah, honestly.
Sports radio, I have season tickets guy, or sports radio, I played in college guy. I played that D3 ball up there at Ottawa. Great.
Season ticket guy, man, this is great.
Season ticket guy
People think they're leaving their seats, man. Carl, did you see him?
Yeah, he left. Oh, my God.
He was
hey,
screaming.
Andy, Carl left. You better switch the left tackle out. Oh, we'll get Carl back.
Oh, shoot. Carl's gone?
Yeah. I'll never go. There'll be somebody there that will.
100%.
That's the thing, You're not spiting anybody but yourself, really, at that point in time.
Talented season ticket holder.
Yes, he is wickedly talented.
Saddam. So this week kicks off with some amazing action. Second game for us Missouri folk over there that can live bet, do all your bets on whatever betting app you have, MGM, whatever it may be.
Any wins over there in Missouri yet?
No, Louisville screwed the pooch last night. I thought they were going to handle Arkansas. Not a chance. Missed like 4 yards on a parlay with. Actually, I did get a win. I bet $50 and I won 100 if you bet on the Blues to get one shot on goal.
Good.
Let's go.
Did you get it?
Oh, did I get it? I got Carson Wentz.
That's why I asked. I mean, it's just like, did it happen? Yes, it did. Oh, thank God. Imagine if it didn't. If they didn't get one shot on goal, do you think they would have refunded everybody's bet? I mean, that's.
Did you see I don't know if you guys saw this on Twitter. It was like the geographical, like dotted live action of people that were using.
I did see that.
And it was like obviously Kansas City and St. Louis were clogged because like all the people that live there, and then you just started seeing all like the rural areas. I'm like,
cool.
Were you guys the ones that didn't want it? And yet down here in the Ozark area, we're seeing the green dot. I don't want none of that cannabis to come in my state.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's backed by science.
Yeah.
Anyways,
that gambling leads to devil worshiping. Well, I might as well put 10 on the Mets.
Yeah, right.
Go for it.
So, anyways, tonight,
Clark.
Dallas and Detroit, big game in Detroit. Detroit's hanging 3, right? They got 3 points on their side. I think you alt spread that. I think you go to Dallas Dallas minus 3 tonight in this game.
Love that.
At least yesterday, I think those odds were like plus 168. Not as juicy as I'd like, but it's worth a squeeze. You move on to the NFL slate this week. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. Normally a great game. The winner of that game is winning the AFC North, right?
Probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty big game.
Yeah.
You go down the list a little bit. You've got Indy and Jags at noon.
Huge Jacksonville fans.
Massive game, right?
Got to
That's
be
noon.
Jacksonville fans.
Yep, let's go Jags.
You may scoff at this, but how about this game this week? Cincinnati at Buffalo.
Big game.
Burrow's back. That defense looked really good when they played last week. Not a big test, but they look good. Lamar Jackson's been bad the last 3 weeks, real bad. Less than.
Is he going to play this week?
8 or less fantasy points the last 3 weeks. Talking about Lamar Jackson. 8 or
People
less
are talking in
fantasy
the fantasy world of benching Lamar now. It's time to bench Lamar after the last 3.
You can't make mistakes right now. Cincinnati at Buffalo. Better game than I think people think, right? Joe Burrow plays well in Buffalo. Joe Burrow is back. He's playing.
We got to root for Cincinnati in this game too, right? Because if Buffalo loses another one, that continues to open up another opportunity. But the Chiefs got to take care of their own business.
And then you have the Bears at the Packers at 3:25. Another big game. Can Caleb keep it going? If, again, we told you this, if the Bears lose this game, they go from the 1 seed to the 7th seed.
That's right. Just like that. Just like that. Now, with this, these games that are taking place, like I have this vision like of everything happening that we need to see happen this week. And then we have our game on Sunday night, and it's right there for the Chiefs to take. They going to take it?
I don't know. And then you talk about those Chiefs-Texans, another massive game Sunday night. But wait, there's more. You have Philadelphia and the Chargers on Monday night.
It's today.
Is there going to be who's collapsing? That's what this week is. Who's going to collapse?
Hopefully it's not our team.
I don't know. I'm really excited about this week.
It's a good week. It's a good slate. It's a really good slate.
I almost forgot another big game. Noon on Sunday is KU versus Mizzou at the T-Mobile Center.
Who scheduled that?
Why is that at noon?
Who scheduled
Sunday?
that?
That's crazy.
What a stupid scheduling job.
It's like we don't want to compete with college playoff big, conference championship Saturday, which is nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like, you don't have to leave your house Saturday or Sunday if you really don't want to.
No, there's no
Make
reason
a roast
to.
this weekend,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Perfect weekend for it.
Yeah.
Just put it in the oven on Saturday, make, stew on Sunday. But, Saturday, obviously, Ohio State, Indiana, Alabama, Georgia. There's
Indiana, Ohio State.
That's the 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
Alabama, Georgia, and then the first one, I'm forgetting the 11 o'clock game. Got to be ACC, so that's Duke and Virginia, I believe.
So, yeah.
So that's a decent game, or maybe that's the late game. But should be a fun sports weekend.
Oh, you got your Big 12 championship game,
that's
BYU,
right.
Texas Tech. Yeah.
There you go.
Massive game.
Yeah, biggest crowd ever in the history of the Dr. Pepper Big 12 championship will take place this weekend. So
no doubt.
Congratulations. Hey, you have Texas Tech in there. That's a home game. BYU, obviously a big brand name school as well. So that's outstanding.
Somebody in the text line said, sounds like a good weekend to make meatloaf, Dusty.
It really does. My mother texted me. She said, try Ina's turkey meatloaf and make sure you saute the onions properly. You're not going with turkey meatloaf, huh?
God bless her heart, but no chance. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it right. Right?
You got to do it right. Yeah.
Then we can get into the turkey. Let's see if I can survive.
Yeah.
And then
just don't call it meatloaf. Just call it a slice o' meat.
What was Meatloaf's real name?
That's what I don't know. And he would do anything but that. So I don't know.
What is that?
We don't know.
You know
I think we know.
50, yeah.
Probably involved those Richard
Peters.
hands.
What a good streak this week.
We really are.
Marvin Lee.
Marvin Berry?
Yeah. It's your brother. Yeah.
Marvin was his real name. No wonder he went by Meatloaf.
Yeah. Marvin Lee, baby.
Liquor Raccoon.
Coming up on the other side, it'll be Alex Cole joining the show with Golden Locks here on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
Liquor Raccoon.
This is voice of the Wildcats, Wyatt Thompson, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for K-State Athletics, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, let me tell you, friends, my friends over at the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2 are back this season with their largest high school enrichment grant ever. We're talking about a $20,000 enrichment grant going towards upgrades and technology at one local area school. And the best part is there's no strings attached. So everybody listening knows a teacher has a kid in school or somebody that works with an organization attached to a school. Get them to nominate their school at helpmymocanschool.com. That's helpmymocanschool.com. And the winner is going to receive $20,000 in an enrichment grant towards upgrades and technology from the Sheet Metal Workers Local Number 2. So you got to get in on that. Like I said, no strings attached, and it is a grant for everybody to apply for at helpmymocanschool.com. And if you're looking for a great new job, a great new career, the Sheet Metal Workers may be for you. They start at $24.55 an hour, increasing to $27.27 an hour after 3 months, and you're going to get family health coverage at no cost to the employee at all. So go ahead and check them out, apply for those jobs, and make sure you apply for that enrichment grant. $20,000 to a local high school at helpmymocanschool.com.
Guys, thanks for helping me carry my Christmas tree.
Zoe, this thing weighs a ton.
Drewski, lift with your legs, man.
Santa! Did you get my letter?
He's talking to you, Bridges.
I'm not that.
Of course he did. Right, Santa?
You know, my elf Drewski here, he handles the nice list.
An elf? I'm 6'3". What everyone wants is iPhone 17. And at T-Mobile, you can get it on them. That center stage front camera is amazing for group selfies. Right, Mrs. Claus?
I'm Mrs. Claus's much younger sister. And at T-Mobile, there's no trade-in needed when you switch, so you can keep your old phone.
Or give it as a gift.
And the best part, you can make the switch to T-Mobile from your phone in just 15 minutes.
Guys, my side of the tree is slipping.
Timber!
The holidays are better at T-Mobile. Switch in just 15 minutes and get iPhone 17 on us with no trade-in needed.
With 24 monthly bill credits for well-qualified customers plus tax and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Finance agreement, 256 gigs, $830. Eligible port in a new line, $100 plus a month plan with autopay plus taxes and fees required. Check out in 15 minutes or less per line. Visit T-Mobile.com.
What's up, football fans? Picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first touchdown scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. This specific promotional offer is not available in Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, or Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. In Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. In Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 in Puerto Rico. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
I'm Kristen Press. And I'm Tobin Heath. We're World Cup winners, Olympians, and the hosts of The Recap Show.
Every week, we sit down with the icons, disruptors, and game changers on the field and beyond it to talk victories, heartbreaks, and everything in between.
We've built a space where athletes, change makers, and people creating the future of women's sports can show up and show off as their full, unapologetic selves.
Follow and listen to The Recap Show wherever you get your podcasts.
Hey, it's Joshua Briscoe. Join me live at Harrah's, Kansas City this Saturday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Come out and celebrate the recent Caesars Sportsbook launch in Missouri and meet former Chiefs running back Christian Okoye. Bet the game day action right from your phone. Download the Caesars Sportsbook app now and use promo code RADIOMO. See Caesars.com/promos or the promotions tab on the app for full terms. Must be 21 plus to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Looking to drive your finances downfield? Main Street Credit Union is the hometown team you can trust. We help you build credit, lower monthly expenses, and finance with confidence. Or if you need a loan to grow your small business, we've got flexible options and no hidden fees. At Main Street, it's not just about the win, it's about keeping Kansas City moving forward. One goal, 1 yard, one member at a time. Get in the game at mainstreetcu.org.
Today, expect a sunny day with a high of 27.
Weather brought to you by Staples. Have an easy holiday at Staples. Save on top tech and gaming gifts, shipping supplies and services to get your packages there safely, even custom cards and wrapping paper. Staples. That was easy.
You're listening to 96.5 The Fan from the DM Injury Law Studios. Mike's got this. Welcome back to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Kansas City sports. 96.5 The Fan. It's time for Golden Locks with Alex Gold.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this thing. It's simply too good.
All right, here we go. Alex Gold joins the show here for Golden Locks. I don't know if you heard Bob's Dynamite drop this week.
Liquor Raccoon.
Yeah, we had the same story as well with Trash of the Day.
Trash Panda of the Day.
Yeah,
My dad even sent me that yesterday evening. He's like, have you seen this? I said, we talked about it yesterday on the show.
Oh,
it's crazy.
The photo, you guys saw the photos too, right? The photos are absolutely amazing. It stinks that the raccoon took down the cameras because we didn't get. Imagine if we had the video of that as well. They said when it came through the ceiling, the cameras came crashing down.
Well,
as
it brings up the question: what animal would you like to get drunk with?
Does it bring up that question?
Yes, it does.
Cougar.
Yeah.
No, see, I think that's going to get more aggressive.
I hope.
You know?
Yeah, you hope. Yeah. Mac does anyway. He likes cougars.
He does.
Just want to win, Jim.
He does. No, that story was awesome. How are you doing?
So, what animal do you want to drink with? We're not moving past this.
Yeah,
His dog.
No,
That's what Mac said.
I mean,
come on.
I mean, my dog's great, but
Yeah, see, for me, it's a bear. I just want to sit there with a bear and have a beer and say, "Why aren't you wearing pants?" You know,
He's never seen The Revenant, apparently.
that would be a lot of fun. That's it. See, this is the lion part would be cool, but I feel like the lion would just destroy you at some point.
but we're not talking about like a normal animal. You're actually sitting down, like the movie Ted, and having a beer with these
Alex,
people.
any of these wild animals will destroy you.
Yeah,
yes.
stop using logic here. Like if you could sit down with like a hippo, would you sit down with a hippo and say, "Why are you so fat?"
Yeah, no, I'll go lion then.
Yeah,
I just imagine the Lion King.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
By the time you get drunk, you just start sounding like James Earl Jones. Like, everything the light touches is Oz. Simba.
How are you doing this week? Because you are finally able to sit at home, Dusty, and watch a game and be like, oh, I got this game figured out, and fire off a bet or two.
Yeah, we did it last night. Got some boys that we hang out with, and we did a 3-leg parlay on Louisville last night. We took the under, we took -3, and we took Coleman, or whoever their number 3, their guard, to have 15 or more. He hit. Louisville obviously loses to Arkansas last night. I did do the advantage that I've always wanted to do, which is a live bet. So at halftime, Louisville was plus 700, and they were down by 20.
You said, why not?
And they got back into 5. And, of course, the Pinot Noir's in my hand. I'm like, they might do it. And then all of a sudden, it was like back to 10, and I was like, okay. But I think the live betting is the best part.
That is, it is fun, yeah.
I treated this like, and this makes me sound terrible, but like I dabbled in alcohol before I was 21. And then when I turned 21, I was like, oh, wow, I can legally do it now. Or like I've been betting in Kansas for 4 years or however long we've been able to do it. And then now over in Missouri, I'm like, oh, but now I can actually go to the liquor store and buy it myself. It's kind of the same thing. Like it's still, the buzz is still there, but down, bet on the Monday Night Football game, won the Blues bet.
Everybody did. Yeah.
So I got
There's
that.
more for Sunday. There's more good promos
Are there?
on. Yeah. So I can't. I think it's DraftKings and FanDuel. They both have. I can't remember if it's a point scored or if there's a rushing yard or something. Basically, it's a free $50
you
bet that you
max.
can make.
Yeah.
Again, those are the ones you guys remember from
Can you
Kansas.
cash out with those?
Yeah. So that's not giving you a bonus bet. You're actually getting actual money back into your account. So you can withdraw that right away. And this week, if anybody did it correctly on Monday, you should already have made $100 for free this week, like truly for free this
There's
week.
one for the Chiefs game you were saying. It's like the Chiefs get a yard.
That's yep. That I think that's on DraftKings, and FanDuel's got a different one.
But what if you have an account in Kansas? How
So
does that
that's
work?
what's good about these. So those you can already have an existing account. So you signed up for an account years ago. New customers can do the bet 5 get 150 in free bet thing. That's only for new. But what we're talking about for this launch week, they have had essentially what they call their super boost, where normally for a point to be scored would be unbettable. Like minus 10,000, like you couldn't even bet it. And so what they've done, they've made it even money. So max bet 50. So bet 50, win 50. That a point will be scored in this Monday Night Football game. And once that happened on Monday night, $50 automatically came right back to your
that's
account.
good, yeah.
Once the field goal was made there by the Patriots or whoever it was, they got up early, and
Someone
that was
says
kind of
your
it.
guys, FanDuel, has added the Super Boost to tonight's game. I think it mentioned.
Perfect. Yeah. So like after work today, I'll probably drive toward the plaza and quickly do that and be good. But what I'm honestly excited about is Sunday at Arrowhead because that'll be the first time any of us have been able to go to a Chiefs game. And yeah, maybe you've got a feeling how the game flow is going, that the Chiefs are either down and going to come back or the opposite. You think they're going to blow it, whatever. Or you think you see how a wide receiver's playing, you think that guy's going to get a touchdown on the next drive or whatever. You can hop on your phone and put a little small wager down if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to see the heat map of Arrowhead Stadium.
We will
like
get
they
that.
did.
So
Well,
there's there's a company, GeoComply or something that tracks all that. And there's already data that was out from Monday.
That's what I'm saying, 'cause it looked good.
But they will have that. I think we'll be able to get it on Monday. So yeah,
Okay.
we'll have that.
That'll be
Absolutely.
cool
Yeah.
to see how many people are betting from inside Arrowhead
Totally.
Stadium to see, what it's all about. And then it's really how it changes over the course of time. Is it something that's new that you have the opportunity to do now? And is it something that's going to continue, next year?
Yeah, it's fresh, it's new, so everybody's kind of checking it out and trying to take advantage of the promos and everything. And it's just changed too, Bob, because we had Matthew Berry on the show yesterday, and he does Sunday Night Football stuff, but he also works with DraftKings, and he was talking about he said DraftKings Sportsbook at Arrowhead, and I didn't want to correct him. There is no sportsbook at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And many years ago, even on this show, I think we talked about it, that what they have out in Arizona with the Cardinals, if you've been to that stadium, I don't know how many feet away from the stadium, but they have like a legit BetMGM sportsbook, and we all assumed, every stadium's just going to have these now. Complete opposite. Like, I don't care whether they renovate Arrowhead, build a new Arrowhead, whatever's going to happen. There's not going to be the sport. We all thought everybody would have these sports books in the stadiums. They're not, because everybody's just doing mobile betting
on their phone. You don't need to have it,
85-90% of bets are mobile now. So I think the Arizona Cardinals have that. The Phoenix Suns already got rid of their sports book that was attached to their arena. So that we all thought was going to be the future, and it's amazing how quickly that changed. The new stadiums are not building sports books.
No, you don't really need to. As long as you have your phone in your hand, what's the incentive of you getting
Why
up,
spend the
walking
money
down
on
there
that?
and do that? And in the real estate, I was going to say as well, why have that piece of real estate using something that's kind of a dinosaur at this point,
So let's talk Chiefs Texans and some betting odds. Chiefs favored?
They are, yet again, guys. I mean, they haven't covered. So 3.5. 3.5. Earlier in the week, you could have got 5.5 if you were looking to back the Houston Texans, for example. Minus 3.5, Chiefs minus 180 on the money line. But they haven't covered in 4 games. And we go through, Dusty, as you write up on the board, you look at these 4 games. I mean, they've won one of those games. They've been favorites in all of them. And so this is a team that's not covering. And I'll be honest, I don't know how you don't take the Texans to at least cover on Sunday. Like, maybe you're convinced the Chiefs, it's one last hurrah, Super Bowl type of game for them on Sunday night, and they pull one out of their you-know-what. But I have to take, if I'm betting the game, I'm taking the Texans to at least cover. Maybe the Chiefs do win on Sunday. I'm not convinced. But are they winning by 4, which is what you would need for you to cash your ticket by betting Kansas City minus 3.5? Again, that half point, minus 3.5, the hook, as everybody calls it in the industry, that is a crucial point. Most games are decided in that realm. So all of a sudden, getting the Texans with the extra half point is a big deal. The Chiefs could win by 3. We're all happy in Kansas City, but you're going to lose your bet. You're going to lose your bet. So I am betting this game Houston plus 3.5. I don't know where you guys are at from a betting
Dallas plus 3.5 last week?
No.
Because remember our boss's email.
He said the
Happy
same
Thanksgiving. Everybody have a great time. Love working with you guys. Dallas plus 3.5.
Yes, he was right.
He was right about that. But let me ask you this, though. I mean, why are the Chiefs continually the favorites? I mean, we were talking about it at the J the other day, and they're like, how many games have the Chiefs been the favorites? I said, I think all but one so far this year. Why are they continually the favorites when they're not playing like the favorites?
So it's the opposite of a year ago. So last year, all the metrics were saying, the Chiefs are really not that good. But remember, we were like, where they just kept winning. We didn't care. But the metrics said they weren't as good as their record. And it's kind of the reverse. Like, they're a 6-6 team. They are what they are. But at the same time, we don't have to nerd out on it. But you guys know, all multiple offensive metrics, the Chiefs are actually very, very good. But here we are, and we all have gone over the reasons and penalties, et cetera, and why they're at their spot, that mark. So a lot of it is sharp bettors and the books. The Chiefs show up on the stat sheet as a pretty damn good football team, and yet we know they haven't covered. And then on an individual basis, like I have said on our show, I don't think the Chiefs are winning 5 in a row, and to me that's what needs to happen. I think you guys agree to get in.
Well, and so come to the dark side.
Yeah, I am, and I hope I'm glad. I hope I'm wrong,
but again, I will say in Alex's defense, because all these people are going to Alex.
It's been here.
What evidence have they given you to not think that?
What I was saying is, like, on an individual basis, Bob, they can win each one of these games. Like, if you on a random Sunday, they should be favorites against the Texans. They can win against the Chargers. They can win against the Broncos. I don't think they can win 5 of them in a row. And that kind of gets me into the conversation I had last night on that betting show.
Which one?
That one. And the Super Bowl odds, the Chiefs are 17-1. And 17-1 odds to win the Super Bowl, which is crazy. It's a number we've never been able to get them at. But there's a reason. And there are a couple different betting sites this week that are like, now's the time to bet the Chiefs. And I could not disagree more.
Yeah.
We and I'm guilty of this too, Dusty. I think you've said the phrase, Bob, you've said, like, well, this seems like great value. There's a point where value doesn't matter if it is not going to freaking hit. Like, I don't care what kind of value you got if you're not going to cash the ticket. So are the Chiefs winning 9 in a row, which is what they would need to cash that 17-1 ticket?
Well, they did win those 11 in a row in 2015.
But that's the thing. It's like this year's team, I think we've all seen the evidence. They're not the same team as they've been during this run. So, 17-1, don't get distracted by the fact that, wow, I get that kind of odds. I think it's a terrible bet to make. I will gladly be wrong, but I think you're wasting your money.
You know what I love this weekend?
Let me hear. For the game? I don't hate that strategy.
Cold weather, C.J. Stroud, Texans defense, and I think the under's a safe bet.
41.5 is the total.
And that's the line that I kind of like to look at, where it's like 43.5 is the tricky one. That's always been the one where I'm like, I don't know about that. That's tough. But 41.5, I could see this game being 20-17.
Totally. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think we all know the matchup on the Chiefs' offensive line going up against their front. So, okay, maybe the Chiefs are going to struggle offensively, but I'm not convinced the Texans' offense is going to do a whole lot against the Chiefs either. And that's the only reason why I think there is a chance the Chiefs could win. As much as we all know the offensive line injuries and how on earth are they going to protect Patrick Mahomes, C.J. Stroud has been very average, and he's only in his second game back from the concussion. He was out for like 3 weeks or whatever it was. So that would be the only way I could see the Chiefs winning, kind of what you're saying. It's just a low-scoring game. You're not asking the Chiefs offense, in my opinion, to get to 28 points or 30. I don't think they have to. I think if they get to 24, they win.
Yeah, but can they get to 24? Will they be allowed to get to 24?
100%,
I mean, that's the thing. All right, so let's talk about some futures values with the Chiefs and maybe what we can get moving forward. You know, where do you see some value there?
So I mentioned the Super Bowl odds. I just don't think you should go there. I think the more interesting market, and we talked about this, a week or two ago, but the make or miss playoff market, whether you're betting on FanDuel, DraftKings, wherever, plus 118 right now to make the playoffs, minus 144 to miss. And after the Cowboys game, right after, you could have got the Chiefs at like minus 110 to miss. And I think that was the best bet you could have possibly made for the rest of the season is, unfortunately, for them to miss the playoffs. Same thing. I'm getting minus 144 now for them to not win 5 games in a row. I think that's a great bet to make. I just do based off of this season. Plus 118, even if you fast forward and they win 5 in a row, I don't think you're getting good enough odds. Plus 120, plus 118 for them to win 5 games. I don't think that's great bet at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that because it's very minimal, right? Of a return at plus 118. It's not a huge return on investment.
And after the Broncos lost, you could have got the Chiefs at like plus 180 to miss the playoffs. I don't know, Dusty, you tweeted about that. I don't know if you bet it or not. But.
I didn't bet it because I'm not an evil. I don't want to root for them to not make the playoffs, right? That's kind of where the betting lies. So some people will be like, "Oh,
so that's a great point, though. Like that is what's so tricky, especially now that Missouri's online. Like, look, we're all in Kansas City. You're rooting for the Chiefs. But there's that balance of betting with your heart and all that.
That's why I hate doing it with the Chiefs, because I use my heart, not my head
it's
all
tough,
the time.
And it's going to cost you a ton.
I'll stick to other teams.
Right. And you know what? Betting with your heart, when Kansas launched a couple years ago and all that, you guys remember the stories, like the sports books, believe it or not, did not do well the first month or so because everybody was on Mahomes to win MVP and everybody was on the Chiefs to win the Super Bowl, and we all cashed.
We all took thousands of dollars
so
out.
I would caution people, on the Missouri side that now have, all these free bonus bets and things like that. If they signed up on a new account, it's like, I don't think you're going to get the same result. Let's just say that. I think the books will clean up if you're just going to back the Chiefs no matter what from a betting angle.
From a betting standpoint.
Yeah, I went future Royals. I didn't go future Chiefs.
There you go.
Bobby Witt MVP. Then
you're talking about back in then or
no,
now?
I'm talking now.
Okay,
like that's where the future I think is. Because Chiefs could, like you just said, sucker bet, whereas the Royals is like, well, could it happen? I don't know. I wanted to talk a little bit more before we get into this Thursday night game, which is going to be a banger, dude. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm excited for tonight.
Sunday, what about Mahomes' rushing yards and what about Rashee Rice catches?
Yeah, so Rashee Rice is to me more of the path I would want to go down just based on what he's done the last couple of weeks.
Because I see defensive line, I see offensive line struggles, I see Mahomes taking off quickly. I assume his number will be somewhere around the line of like 24 and a half rushing yards-ish. That's what it normally sits at. Kareem Hunt's also interesting this week as well to me.
Yeah, I'm staying away from the backfield because I don't know with Pacheco now being another week, back from the injury, how Andy Reid's going to decide to divvy that. I just don't trust how their run game approaches. Are they going to run it 40 times, or are they going to just go shotgun every play, guys? And Mahomes is throwing it 55 times on Sunday. I don't know what they're going to do. So I'm staying away. Rushing props, you are correct. They're up already, Dusty. 22.5 for Mahomes over under. Kareem Hunt 34.5. Pacheco 26.5. I guess if you force me to bet on any running back or rusher for the Chiefs, I would be interested in the Pacheco over 26.5 because I think Kareem Hunt might just be worn down at this point in time. But I just don't feel that's not like a favorite bet of mine though, because I don't know how they're going to attack the run game in this game, given the defense and just the uncertainty with Andy Reid with that. Receiving prop though, you mentioned Rashee Rice, 68.5 is the number that he's
Kelsey at.
Travis Kelce, this is at FanDuel, 49.5.
Hammer the over on that one.
Both those guys have been phenomenal at cashing overs for their receiving numbers this year. Now,
and anytime touchdowns.
The last 2 weeks, Bob's been hitting the Kelce anytime touchdown for a while now.
What do you think's up there right now?
No, of course. On the internal contest we have, for sure. Hey, you know what? It's worked. It's been a better strategy than what we've done.
No doubt.
With some of this stuff. Against the Cowboys, we know Rice had 12 targets, but 8 catches for 92, 8 catches for 141 against the Colts. And then against Denver, didn't do anything. But then prior to that, it was 2 games in a row of 80 and 93. So Rashee Rice is the closest sure thing in the receiving game that you have from a receiving yardage. You know he's going to get targeted. 10, 12 times a game.
Absolutely.
Someone says, can you bet on Rice drops?
Oh, yeah.
You cannot.
Why not? Because you don't know what to drop versus
well, it goes back to, in all seriousness, it goes back to the conversation we had a month ago with the sports betting scandal stuff.
Yeah.
That would be one of those things. Theoretically, you can guarantee a drop.
Yeah, you can.
Nobody's going to force you to catch it.
Right. That's a good point. Yeah. You can guarantee a drop. You're right.
So tonight there should be a lot of offensive action. Obviously,
I think so.
I think the 3 safe bets tonight are J-Mo catches, I think Gibbs rushing yards, and I think both quarterbacks to throw for 225 or more.
So I agree with you on the points being scored. So the
over-under is what, 54.5?
It's high.
That's massive, dude.
I haven't checked. I'm guessing it's the
Dallas's
highest
defense
total.
has been better. It's trending to be better defense since the addition of Quinn Williams and all that. But 54.5 is what I think I saw yesterday. The bet that I did like tonight was the alt spread of Dallas -3.
So you want to flip it. So for those listening, Cowboys are 3-point underdogs tonight.
Correct, because it's on the
against
road
the
in
line. So
Detroit.
you want to completely flip the alt spread. So you think the Cowboys are winning pretty comfortably?
I do.
Then, yeah,
I do.
Look, if you're strong on the Cowboys winning, if you just think they can win outright, plus 134 on the money line. But what are you getting? What are you getting if you move it to minus?
I checked with the boss yesterday, and I think it was like plus 168.
Yeah. The issue with the Lions is all the injuries. You mentioned Jameson Williams being the number one target right now. There's no Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't know if they've officially ruled him out.
Have they ruled him out yet?
I don't think
but the injury was questionable.
I mean, that injury thing looked nasty. I don't know how he plays.
Yeah, so we haven't got an official word on that. I would be curious before I bet this game tonight to know where that's at, because otherwise I think their offense could struggle a little bit. That's my only hesitation on the over. Because on the surface, I'm with you. I feel like there's going to be a ton of points scored. And some of the trends back up where this is at. I think it's in Dallas games. They're 8-4 to the over this year. Best mark in the NFL. So their games just, a lot of it was their defense early on too. So, but right now their offense is great. Dallas also 10-2 to their team total over. So that's another way we don't really, I guess, talk enough about probably of how to bet. If you think it's going to be a lot of points from a total perspective, you can go and say, all right, I think the Cowboys are going to score, I have to look what it is, 26.5 points or something like that tonight, and you just take the over for them in particular. I don't know what the number is there for the Dallas Cowboys.
I think this is also a game where you get kind of like...
Dallas, by the way, 26.5.
I think this is also one of those games where you can get kind of interesting with like certain betting trends, like over attempts thrown for Jared Goff and Dak Prescott. Like if you don't want to bet the over, you can bet over trends, right? Like you could bet, 2 touchdown passes by each quarterback. You could bet over 30. I bet Dak's over under on attempts thrown is like 35.5. It's probably something outstandingly crazy.
Yeah, it's 32.5 attempts for Goff, 35.5 for Prescott. Wow, look, and that's fine. That's a great job. Yeah. Like, no, that's a great way to nail it. I just personally, I just don't delve into that betting market.
Yeah.
I don't mess with those. I mean, I'm not saying that you can't win money. I don't bet. To me, there's just way too many variables with that. Now, if you think it's a game in which one of these teams is down big and in the second half, they're forced to pass the football, then the pass attempt thing is really intriguing.
What's the over-under for the Chiefs by themselves this week? You mentioned Dallas at 26.5.
Oh, the Chiefs team total? Yeah, give me a second. I'll look that up. Yeah, I want that is, given how we all think it's going to be lower scoring.
I bet it's 23.5.
I don't know if it'll be the total for the game is 41.5, and the Chiefs are 3.5 point favorites. So let's see
if they're going to favor it's going to be that over under. I think that they're looking at like 24 to what?
So the Chiefs 22. Yeah, 22.5 over under for the Chiefs. Texans over under 19.5.
Okay.
So it kind of goes back in the score that we all. That
like
matches
I would
up.
just take the under
for the
game.
For the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just can't see that. I mean, it's going to be frigid, dude. Nighttime game at Arrowhead.
I would be nervous about taking the Texans over under because I could see the Texans getting to 20 and the Chiefs win 21-20 or something.
Yeah, something crazy like that. Yeah.
That's why I really do think my favorite bet of the week, and I hope I'm wrong, I guess, but the Chiefs win, it doesn't matter. But the Texans to cover 3.5. Are the Chiefs really going to win comfortably on Sunday? I like the Texans plus 3.5 because I think the Texans could win, and if not, I'm still have a chance. We could all be happy. You cash your 3.5, and then the Chiefs win by 3, and we're all happy.
If the Chiefs are losers in this game, the season's over. So next week, will we start to have next year futures out and stuff like that for them?
No, but you might as well.
Draft picks.
You might as well, and then look, the Chiefs will at this point to what you said earlier, Bob. The Chiefs will probably still be favorites for multiple games down the stretch, even if they were to lose. But
we have a bet on this show. Do
what?
Or do you not still have your tonsils?
What I'm curious what your guesses were.
I said yes. Bob said no.
I say no.
I still have them, yeah. And I have my wisdom teeth, yeah.
Yeah, so do I.
So that's now everybody at the station. Nobody's had their tonsils taken. Cody said he still has his, right?
I don't know.
You can't sing like that and not have tonsils.
Oh, fair enough.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's about due for a new song.
We were joking. His doctor said no singing.
Oh. Because of the hernia surgery.
No, that's what we said. His doctor told him to be careful laughing and stuff for a while. And I said, I want this doctor to give me official no singing for 6 months, please.
Yeah.
Is what I want. And the text line agreed for a little bit.
Just do an AI song. It's better anyway.
What do you guys have coming up
like
today?
The Tennessee one? Are you going to play that here in a couple weeks when they play the Titans? My Tennessee song?
Yeah, we could play that.
Yeah, I like it. I like that
we
song.
You play it right now if you want. Yeah.
Tennessee Titans. Those cities, man.
Yeah. Cities.
Yeah,
cities.
Those cities.
Big fan of cities.
Yeah, big fan.
Sydney Sweeney cities. Dayton Hughes, what else you got today?
Dayton Hughes is going to join us. We'll continue to talk about the K-State news, obviously, of the day yesterday, and just a little more of the Interesting reports coming out today. It looks like there's a chance the Colin Klein thing could be wrapped up today with Kansas State. But also the narrative that's out there about Mahomes, if they miss the playoffs and what that says about him, I think some of the national commentary on that is kind of crazy considering what he's done for 7 years. There's only one quarterback that it should impact the conversation with, and it's Tom Brady. What Mahomes does or doesn't do this year doesn't say anything about Josh Allen or Lamar or Joe Burrow or anything. No. But yet that is what
the narrative is, can he be the greatest of all time if they don't make the playoffs in the middle of his run? Yeah. And I think it is question.
I think after losing head-to-head against the Bucs, to me, I let's pause that convo for for a decade, Bob.
Yeah.
Like he's got to fast forward 10 years from now and see, does he have another 2 or 3 rings before that conversation opens back up? I know it sucks, but that's not even a conversation anymore to me. Like it's clearly Tom Brady right now.
It is, because Tom Brady, only after his second year did they not make the playoffs. And that was after winning that Super Bowl, and everybody just expected Super Bowl hangover. It was a different time back then. But since then, Tom Brady never missed the playoffs, you know?
They got to go out there and get those Richard grabbers on those defensive linemen.
They do.
Right.
Don't do that to men's wieners. It's Alex Gold, Cody and Gold. Thank you. We appreciate the time. Coming up next, we'll wrap this show up, and we'll get you ready for a Red Friday here in Kansas City on 96.5 The Fan, your home for Kansas City sports.
You're listening to Fescoe and Dusty. Tune in to hear Mitch Holtis every Friday at 7:20, right here on your home for Chiefs football. 96.5 The Fan. Fescoe and Dusty is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Well, I'll tell you what, my friends over at Hy-Vee have a great weekend coming up. I was over at Hy-Vee yesterday. I love every time I go to Hy-Vee because I always find something cool, something great, and I got 50 gas points yesterday. I was very excited about that, saving money in the store and at the pump, and that is awesome for me. And this Saturday, don't miss Hy-Vee's Taste of the Holiday event from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. on December 6th. That's Saturday, and here's what you're going to do. You're going to sample all of the amazing ready-to-serve meal pack options, or just get a little holiday inspiration. And from being in Hy-Vee yesterday, I can tell you that inspiration for the holidays is alive at Hy-Vee. And their meal packs for any size gathering with holiday favorites like succulent turkey, honey glazed spiral ham, prime rib, savory side dishes, and dessert. So this holiday season, let Hy-Vee do the cooking while you take the credit, only at Hy-Vee.
What's up, Missouri? Tony Gonzalez here. Your moment is finally here because DraftKings Sportsbook is live in Missouri. You can get in on all the action with fast withdrawals, a safe and secure app, and betting that's easy to use anywhere you go. And the best part, DraftKings keeps the excitement going with awesome promos and offers all season long. That's why it's America's top-rated sportsbook app. Don't wait. New customers sign up today. Bet just $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. Let's go, Missouri. Get in the game.
Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code 965. New Missouri customers bet $5 and get $300 in bonus bets instantly. That's code 965 in partnership with DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 and over. Physically present in Missouri. Eligibility and restrictions apply. Terms at DraftKings.com/sportsbook. Bonus bets expire 7 days after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see sportsbook.draftkings.com/promos.
Well, my friends over at West Shore Home have some great deals going on right now that you need to take advantage of, right? You're looking at your house every morning, every night, and you're thinking, I could use some new windows there. That cold air is coming through. It's really cold. Or my floors are all scuffed up. I need some new floors. Or maybe like us, you need some new doors. Or maybe you need your bathroom remodeled. West Shore Home is going to take care of everything. So if you've been putting off the project that you need done, the team at West Shore Home is the perfect fit for you. They've helped hundreds of thousands of homeowners, and right now they're extending their Black Friday sale until this Saturday so you can get your project started and save big. Free installation on all projects. Plus, you're going to lock in an extra $500 off when you schedule now at westshorehome.com/fan. That's westshorehome.com/fan. Don't miss out with West Shore Home.
We're on a mission to get everyone high-quality health insurance and better health. We have plans with low out-of-pocket premiums. For coverage to start January 1st, you must enroll by December 15th. Go to ambetterhealth.com/enroll for your free, no-obligation quote. That's ambetterhealth.com/enroll. Ambetter Health, on a mission for better. Ambetter Health is the brand name for health insurance products underwritten by subsidiaries of Centene Corporation. Go to ambetterhealth.com to see offerings in your state. This is a solicitation for insurance.
You've got a big day.
So you use Unstoppable scent boosters to give your laundry non-stop freshness. So no matter how long the day goes, you
can't stop this power, this walk, this pose, this strut, this look, this talk.
Your clothes will be so fresh you can confidently strut into that end of the day meeting like a
boss, 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 bosses. Let's talk business in my office.
Add new Unstoppables beads to your wash for 24-hour non-stop freshness so you can smell unstoppable.
Jingle bells, jingle all the way.
Nick, what are you doing?
Well, Adam, Thanksgiving is over, so it's officially time for the holidays.
And it's time for our Legacy Box Cyber Monday sale. Legacy Box is the most meaningful gift you can give this holiday season. It's simple, safe, and has been trusted by millions.
That's right. It's our best sale of the year. Right now, when you go to LegacyBox.com, you can save an unreal 65% on your Legacy Box.
And for a limited time, you can preserve your tapes, film reels, and photos for as low as $27, saving you hundreds.
Hurry, our best sale of the year won't last long. Visit LegacyBox.com for an unreal 65% off during our Cyber Week sale. With limited quantities ready to ship, this deal will go fast.
Shop our Cyber Week sale now at LegacyBox.com/value to take 65% off. Buy your Legacy Box today and send in when you're ready. LegacyBox.com/value.
Hey friends, it's noisy out there with information coming at us all day, every day. It's hard to know what to trust, and the world of wealth management is no exception. That's why UMB Private Wealth Management helps you tune out the noise and tune into what matters most. They'll create a financial plan based on your unique goals, so it's your voice that comes through loud and clear. Get financial clarity. Go to umb.com/privatewealth to schedule an appointment. That's umb.com/privatewealth.
Nashville has his heart, but Chattanooga, Knoxville, and Memphis, well, they all play their part. Oh, Alex Gold loves Tennessee. He likes to get out of town. He loves to make his rounds. He might be driving through the Cumberland Gap riding, or riding on a riverboat, heading to Natchez. Could be taking his time in East Tennessee, but you can bet he'll be back to Music City, 'cause Alex Gold loves Tennessee.
Damn right, yeehaw! Sunday, I'm gonna shave the cheeks and everything else.
Ooh, that's a good one. That's a good song.
You better believe it.
It's no Binkley song, though.
No, gosh, no.
Alex Gold's got a real big dinger.
Mm-hmm. It's still December. You know, it's like it's a December college basketball game.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
I thought that was your impression at first.
Yeah, what was that? Like, why is that a bad one?
It's still December. You know, it's like it's a December college basketball game.
I guess I'm missing the context.
It's the gold. It's the gold tone of.
Oh, it's just the tone.
It's the I know. It's the gold I know tone.
Yeah, it is. It's December
It's
college
December.
basketball. Like Dusty's betting college hoops last time. I'm like, God,
had to do it.
She's such a smooth ride.
I was going to ask Alex about his take on betting college basketball, because I've heard over the years so many people just like, it's just such garbage, man. There's so much garbage time at the end, and you end up having like bad beats all the time, you know, in college basketball. So I don't know.
Betting spreads in college. That is.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, as we know now, you know, the spreads, the players kind of know what's going on.
It's true. Yeah.
And the players are allowed to gamble.
It's just really tough. You just wait till March when it's 16 versus 1.
Exactly.
Just bet the money line.
I don't know if it's harder, if it's like I don't want to say a fool's bet per se, but you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, KU's favored by 16.5. They lead by 20 the whole game. They give up some garbage time points at the end, and they lose, and they only win by 15. And the spread was 16.5 or whatever. Like, damn.
Yeah, it feels like it's more up to chance than it is with other betting.
Yeah.
Well, especially if it's a blowout, and then all of a sudden it's like, all right, well, I've got my $10 is on the line of these 3 18-year-olds who haven't played all season. All right, let's go.
Yeah, and then that's the other thing. You're betting on 18-year-old kids.
Here we go.
You know? Like, oh, my God, these like 6 months ago, they were in high school.
Yeah. Think back to when you were that age.
Well, absolutely. And then it goes back to the people who get mad at these kids and then go torment them on social media because they missed a basket at the end and cost them their $5 parlay.
Exactly.
You know, like you're getting mad at a child. I read something the other day about like when you actually become an adult, and I think the math or whatever it was like right before you're 30 is when you really become an adult. And so you're dealing with 18 and 19-year-old kids and like, God, these are kids that you're gambling on and then you're losing and then you're pissed at them.
Yeah, legally, I've been an adult for almost 10 years. It does not feel like that. It feels like I'm still not there at all. So
I'm 48, so I don't feel like an adult either.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
But that's different than like back in the 80s. Anybody who was in their 40s looked like they were 90 today, and they just felt older. It had to be, yeah. A lot of it was.
So we're talking about sports gambling. There's also card releases today. There's what they call the Allen and Genter. It's a niche type of card. They have miscellaneous cards.
Okay.
So like actors.
Oh, wow.
And one of the biggest hits in the Allen and Genter cards from Topps was a signed autograph 1-of-1 Bryan Cranston auto card.
I'm looking at the Bryan Cranston auto card.
And
It's been pulled. Yeah.
Yep.
That's sick.
He's wearing a Dodger uniform, and it looks like the old tobacco cards from back in the day. Like if you were going to have, remember, Babe Bruce, one of those old cards. I'll hold it up to the camera a little bit if I can get it on there.
That's great.
And it looks just like one of those old-timey tobacco cards.
awesome.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
And he's on record as saying, if you pull it, I will buy it. Just let me know. Because the
How much do you think it's going to go for, though?
10, 15,000. The creator of Reddit, he has one. Serena Williams' husband. And they were talking about it in the bullpen, and it's rumored to be starting off auction at 15,000 because he's a card puller as well. Caglione was on a group with this morning, ripping packs with Filth Bomb. They rip them a lot. They were one of the main channels out of New York, and Cags was filling in with them today, which is kind of fun to see. But yeah, there's a bunch of those out there that are signed by what you would call in the auction as the wheel spins after you bid. You can get like a certain team or whatever. You're wanting the miscellaneous wedge because then you get anything that's not baseball.
Interesting. So I guess the strap, not the strap, but you'd want to get the card that the celebrity card, the guy likes cards because he'll buy it.
Yeah, because he'll buy it off
and
you. You're going to have it.
Yeah, and he owns Reddit.
Yeah, he's got.
So you hold everything with your Richard grabbers in that situation.
Gotta figure out how to make money on this. I really want to.
So you know where my day will be focused upon.
Who do you want to get out of that pack, though, besides that guy?
I really wanted the Cranston one. Obviously, it's not going to happen.
That'd
It's
be
like
sick.
trying to find the gold ticket to Wonka. It's not going to happen. But that'd be just if you land on the miscellaneous, you'd be sitting there the whole time like, all right, rip these open. What did I get? What did I get? But yeah, that's out there on Fanatics if you want to, do that sort of thing. But yeah, the Bryan Cranston one's just cool, and he signed it. And it's
Bryan
autographed.
Cranston would be awesome to have, man. He's an actor that, and maybe I'm wrong about this. Does he get enough credit? Because he crosses over genres like it's nobody's business. From being obviously funny,
he's
being
hilarious.
the dentist on Seinfeld, to
the dad Malcolm in the Middle.
Yeah, I was gonna say from the kind of started with the dentist on Seinfeld to the Malcolm in the Middle to obviously Breaking Bad and all of that.
And he was in Godzilla.
I mean, that guy he crosses every genre. I don't know if we give him enough credit as being one of the great actors and performers of our time. So.
Somebody, Lance says, can you guys give out a shout out to my mother, Cheryl? Today is her birthday.
Happy birthday, Cheryl.
Happy birthday, Cheryl.
Hey, we got another shout out to give to our friend Kathy out in San Diego. Her mom would have been 88 today, and it's been 4 years since she passed away, and she misses her every day. So happy 88th birthday, Carolyn. We love you. We love your daughter, and you made a great little kid there for us.
Yeah, tough
Kathy,
week.
one of the best.
Tough week for me as well. Today is my mother's birthday.
Oh.
So happy heavenly birthday. Would have
Happy
been
birthday.
61 today.
Wow.
Gone way, way too soon. But hey, Billy Joel reminds me every day, only the good die
It's
young.
true. Dusty, do you know how many times I say that in my head?
Once a day?
At least. And I'm not joking.
Yeah.
At least once a day I'll see something and I'll go, only the good die young. And the first time that hit me is when my friend, his father died in the early 90s. My mom's best friend's husband passed away. And I remember that. I remember crying. I was in my closet crying. I've never told this story before. And I'm crying. I'm listening to Billy Joel, Only the Good Die Young. I'm like, why did he go? Well, he was a good guy. And then it's like the Billy Joel song is so true. Only the good die young. Look around. And it's crazy how many good people die way too soon. Did you see this Siena lacrosse coach that died at 41 years old?
No.
Fell at his home, had a brain rupture, and died, leaving behind 3 kids and a wife?
That's tragic.
Tragic.
That's terrible.
Tragic. Only the good die young. It is so true.
Shout out to those. Shout out to you all for listening. Tomorrow's Red Friday. We have a big show ready to go. Sean Smith, Mitch Holtis. What's in the script? Parlays. all the action tomorrow. Go do something nice for somebody today. You never know. It could be changing their day, their week, their month, their year. It's simply cool to care. Stay kind, stay groovy. Coming up next, Cody Golden Drew from 10 to 2. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Happy birthday, Mama.
Good morning, Kansas City. This is Trey Smith, and you're listening to Fescoe and Dusty on your home for Chiefs football, 96.5 The Fan.
Brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues.
Hey, Chiefs fans, Crown Royal is the official whiskey of the Kansas City Chiefs. And this season, it's not game day without the generous spirit of Crown Royal. Whether you're at the tailgate, in the stands, or watching from home, Crown Royal is the reason and the reward for coming together. Grab a glass with the Crown Royal rig at a stadium near you, because we'll be sharing the generous spirit with fans across the country. Crown Royal, fueling game day with a generous spirit. Visit www.crownroyal.com/Royal Rig for more on the Crown Royal Rig Tour. Please drink responsibly.
Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, and I'm here to tell you Rob Sight Ford is closing in on a record-setting year, and they're doing whatever it takes to get there.
That's right, Kevin. We're pulling out all the stops to finish the year strong. 0% for up to 66 months on most Ford models, including F-150s, Escapes, Explorers, Super Duties, and Transits. Top dollar trade-ins and pricing other dealers won't match.
If you've been waiting for the moment to buy, this is it. We've got the vehicles. We've got the deals. We just need one thing, you behind the wheel.
Impeccable rhyme, Kevin. But hey, this is simple, upfront, and easy, and it all ends January 5th.
Kansas City's only top-rated Ford dealer on Google. 4.8 stars, nearly 3,000 reviews, and voted best car dealership in Kansas City by Kansas City Magazine. And now, we're going for the finish line. Rob Sight Ford. Buy right with Rob Sight.
135th and State Line or ROBSIGHT.com. You want inventory, you want price, you want more for your trade. Let's make it happen.
End the year in a Ford before this event drives off.
I'm worth more.
I'm worth a little more.
I'm worth a lot more.
You are worth more, and your car is worth more at GiveMeTheVin.com.
Sell us your car. GiveMeTheVin.com. So easy you can do it in your underwear.
What's up, football fans? Picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. Try a first touchdown scorer wager with confidence today. BetMGM. Make it legendary. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 years of age or older. This specific promotional offer is not available in Mississippi, Pennsylvania, Puerto Rico, or Ontario. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. In Arizona, 1-800-NEXT-STEP. In Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. 1-800-BETS-OFF in Iowa. 1-800-981-0023 in Puerto Rico. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. In partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
I'm Mitch Holtish, voice of the Chiefs. Everyone develops cataracts naturally as they get older. When your vision is affected by cataracts, you should see my doctor, Dr. Steven Silverstein at Silverstein Eye Centers. Dr. Silverstein is a world-renowned cataract surgeon who performs life-changing laser-assisted cataract